So after small break, about 2-3 weeks of break, now we are coming back to the maths. So I gave you enough time to attempt the past papers. So today we are going to start our past paper discussion starting from 2020. Okay, because 2020 is your new syllabus paper, but the only difference between the old syllabus and new syllabus, you have the module arithmetic, right? Other than that, the syllabus is 100% the same. Okay, right. So what we are going to do is we are going to do a very quick revision taking about 15 minutes. Then we will start in doing the past paper questions. Okay. So we had only few topics. This is introductory maths. So we did. Now you must be in a better position to look at these things in a much more confidence manner. Okay. So now I'm going to show you that how little we have learned. It's not a big thing, it's just a small thing we have done. So that is what we need to have. So now when your BIT course started, if your understanding about maths is something like that, now maybe the maths is something like this, right? Now what we have done is we try to build your capacity, your confidence, right? Not giving you make it even bigger. No, that is not the case. Now your confidence must be very high, so you must see maths as something like this. That is the idea, right? So that is the idea. It is not we are feeling. No, it is you are building your capacity, right? Building your capacity. Now you must see maths as just a small thing. Okay, so it's okay. So that is what the idea behind studying, learning. Okay, right. So remember we had only few topics: the arithmetic part, basic arithmetic, and numbers. Then something related to arithmetic, ratios and percentages, etc. Of course, you are going to get questions related to that. Then algebra part, and also something very related to algebra, indices and logarithms, right? So then we had sequence and trigonometry. Measurements is just a tiny part, but we'll take two as measurements and trigonometry. And then of course sequence and series, and finally modular arithmetic and the algebra, right? So those are the stuff, right? Arithmetic, basic arithmetic, ratios and percentages, algebra, indices and logarithms, measurements, trigonometry, sequence and series, modular arithmetic. You didn't learn anything new in these topics. Everything is in your level. We just do a revision, right? Maybe just a little bit of tiny little things in the trigonometrical side. Okay, yes, little bit, so small things. Sequence series, yeah, we did some new things as well, like convergence, divergence, but here it's a completely new thing, right? So completely new thing, about 50% new things, just a tiny part new thing. Okay, but other things it's 100% something you know. Okay, so then I'm just showing you that it's a very small thing. Okay, so then arithmetic, what are things you are supposed to know? So it's a very good. Now it's all about confidence. Okay, when you go to the exam, what you bring is your confidence, right? It is not your memory, right? Memory is not going to do anything when it comes to maths, when it comes to programming, right? When it comes to computer system, these kind of subjects, right? Of course your memory is going to work when if you are doing biology or chemistry, something like that, or maybe economics for certain extent. Yes, your memory is going to do a lot of things, but these subjects, IT subjects, mostly, unless it is something like information system, or maybe little bit of PC applications, your memory is not going to help you at all. Okay, right? So when it comes to arithmetic, so the very good exercise is you take a piece of paper. First, you write these things, the big picture, right? So for example, if you are an intelligent person, if you are a confident person, you must not fear to look at the big picture, right? So you must look at the big picture as a boss, right? As a boss. Now remember, when someone say there's a business institute, right? Say something like say Maharaja, or maybe John Keels, okay, whatever. Now there are different peoples coming to the work, right? So some peons are coming, right? Cashiers and those people. Then HR manager is there, finance manager is there. So they have more responsibility. They have to have bigger picture to look at, right? Your finance manager, accountants, HR managers, etc. But when it comes to the CEO or the managing director, so he has to look at the entire thing, right? So he is the boss, right? He has to look at the entire thing. He can't just look at the HR things. He can't just look at the finance things. Of course, your finance manager is not going to worry too much about the marketing. Your marketing manager is not going to too much worry about the accounting. But the CEO, the managing director, he has to look at everything, not in great detail, but he must have that personality to look at everything without fear. If you are fear of looking at everything, right, don't be, you are not going to get into that kind of situation also, okay? Because you are a very tiny person. So you like to do a tiny thing and settle there. You don't want to look at, take a lot of responsibility. So therefore, don't worry, just look at this. Take a piece of paper, right? What am I supposed to know? Yes, I'm supposed to know arithmetic. I'm supposed to know ratios and percentages. I'm supposed to know the algebra, right? Not everything, right? Things that is done in your O level. Indices and logarithms, measurements, trigonometry, sequence and series, modular arithmetic. Yes, these are the things I'm supposed to know. I'm ready, right? I'm ready. I'm at any time I'm ready. So that is the confidence that you need, okay? So then you have to take one by one, right? Arithmetic, what am I supposed to know, right? Oh, right. So if you can't list down what you are supposed to know, it's not going to build up your confidence, right? So what is the first thing you are supposed to know, right? That is a mind map. That is a mind map, your mind map about the subject. So it's very important, right? Very important. I have done this even for subject like chemistry, right? Chemistry, right? So sometimes I don't know whether you believe it. So when I was doing A level, especially one of the biggest subject we had is organic chemistry, right? So what I do is I take set of at least 10 half sheets, right? Sit down and start writing from the organic syllabus chemistry, organic chemistry syllabus, from the first thing to the last thing. It will take at least 20 minutes and at least 10 papers, 10 half sheets. And at the end, I'm just throw it. I just throw it away. Right? It ගුලිකල විසිකලා දාන ඊට පස්සේ. Right? So I do it at least once a week. I do it at least once a week. Why? I don't want to study. If I can remember, because chemistry is something we have to remember as well. So if I can remember, why should I, if I already remember things, why should I study? Those, if I have not remembered only, or if I have not understood only, I have to study. So what I do is at least once a week, double check. That's it. That's it. When I double check if it is there, why should I worry again? So some students, what they do, they keep studying without verifying. Sometimes actually they have understood it, actually they remember it. These guys still take the book and whatever notes and keep reading. So that is the bad practice. So once you write this, it takes 20 minutes, then you are done. You go and do something else, right? Go and watch television, or go and play some cricket or whatever, okay? So that is what you are supposed to do, right? So now let's take arithmetic, what you are supposed to know. So there is a mind map of you about the subject, right? So you must know what are the numbers, what are the type of numbers, right? So now see how fast we can do it. Of course, there are the natural numbers, capital N, 1 2 3 4 etc. Then integers, then minus 2, minus 1, 0, 1, 2, 3, etc. Goes from minus infinity to plus infinity. Now I have the understanding about, do I know what is infinity, minus infinity, do I know what is plus infinity? Because when it comes in integers, it goes to plus infinity and here minus infinity, right? So integers, right? We give the symbol Z, and then the real numbers, right? So the real numbers, we can subdivide it into rational numbers and irrational numbers, q and q dash. Right now you must know what is mean by rational number, what is mean by irrational number. So rational number is number that can be written as a ratio of integers. For example, 1 is a rational number because I can write 1 as 1 divided by 1. 0.5 is a rational number because I can write it as this. 103 is a rational number. 1.1 is a rational number because I can write 1.1 as 11 divided by 10. Then what are the very irrational numbers? So you must have that confidence, right? So when it comes to irrational numbers, I can remember there are two categories. Root 2 is irrational, root 3 is irrational. Of course, root 4 is not irrational because it's a rational number. Root 4 is 2, 2 divided by 1. Root 5, so those roots are irrational numbers. Then we have special numbers. 5 is irrational number, E is irrational number, right? So because we can't write those numbers as division of two integers. Of course, you can't write root 2 as a division of two integers. So, but those are all real numbers. So we can represent real numbers in real number line. On the real number line, something like this: 0, say 1, 2. You can mark any real number here. You can mark 0.5, 0.9. You can mark 5. Root 2. Root 2 mark root 2. You can mark root 2. 5 mark කරන්න ඉතින් මතක් වෙනව නේද? අර root එක කරකවගෙන ගියාම මෙතන වැදින්නේ. දැන් චිත්‍රපටියක් වගේ මතක් වෙන්න ඕන. Right? So that is real number. So that is what you are going to build your confidence. What we need is confident people. Not people having certificate. අර certificate ගත්ත කාලකන්ණි තමයි අර ගිහිල්ලා ඉන්නේ. රස්සා ඉල්ලගෙන කාලකන්ණි වගේ ලැජ්ජ නැතුව. ඒ confidence එකක් build කරන්නේ නැතුව certificate එකතු කරගෙන වැරදි පැත්තෙන් ඉගෙනගෙන. හරි රටටත් බරක්. හරි රටටත් බරක්. වෙන මිනිස්සු ඉගෙනගත්ත උගත් මිනිස්සු රටට සම්පතක්. මෙහි උගත් මිනිස්සු තමයි රටට තියෙන ලොකුම සාපය. හරි උඹ මරලවත් දාන්න ඕන මේ රට ගොඩ ගන්න නම්. හරි මොකද ගිහිල්ලා හිඟන්නවා වගේ ඉන්නවා. වැඩක් කරගන්න බැරුව. අයි කොන්ෆිඩන්ස් එකක් නැහැ නේ. අර කොන්ෆිඩන්ස් එකක් තියෙන මිනිස්සු ඉන්නවා වැඩක් කරන්න පුළුවන්. අර මේ දවස්වල ඔයගොල්ලෝ දන්නවන්නේ දෙප්පි එකේ අර කෙල්ලෙක් ඉන්නේ. බලන්න කොච්චර කොන්ෆිඩන්ස් කියලා. හරි ඒක තනියෙන් සල්ලි හම්බ කරගන්න. දැන් කාට හරි කියන්න පුළුවන් බයින්න පුළුවන්. මේ පස්ස නටවල සල්ලි හම්බ කරනවා කියලා. ඉතින් අර කාලකන්නිට පස්සක්වත් රටව ගන්න තේරෙන්නේ නැහැ. මාකටිං කරාට මොකෝ. අන්න මාකටිං. නේද? මාකටිං උපාධිධාරියෝ ඉන්නවා අරේ ගිහිල්ලා හිඟා කරනවා. ආණ්ඩුවේ. මේ අවුරුදු 16 කෙල්ලෝ බලන්න මාකටිං කරන විදිය. හරි? So that is what we need, that confidence. ඒ confidence එක අනිත් අයට බලන්න එහෙම කොන්ෆිඩන්ස් එකක් මේව කරන්න සමාජයට ඇවිල්ලා කියන්න සමන්ගේ භාණ්ඩයක් විකුණ ගන්න. හරි? දැන් කාට හරි මට බයින්න පුළුවන්. හැබැයි අර හිඟන්න උන්ට වැඩිය රටට බරක් නැහැ. ආණ්ඩුව සල්ලියක් ගහලා දෙන්නේ නැහැ නේද? හරි ආණ්ඩුව සල්ලියක් ගහලා පඩි ගෙවනවද ඒගොල්ලන්ට? නැහැ. හරි ඒගොල්ලෝ ආණ්ඩුවට බරක් නැහැ. රජයට බරක් නැහැ. හරි මං කියන්නේ එහෙම කරන්න කියලා නෙමෙයි. හරි ඒ වගේ තමන්ගේ හැකියාව දියුණු කරගමු නේද? හරි ඒක software development වෙන්න පුළුවන්. හරි වෙන ෆීල්ඩ් එකක් වෙන්න පුළුවන්, මාකටිං වෙන්න පුළුවන්, හරි ඉන්ජිනියරින් වෙන්න පුළුවන්. So that is what you have to bring your confidence, right? So now you know that what are the numbers. Then of course the odd numbers and even numbers. මේක ඉවරයක් කරන්න. odd numbers and even numbers. Then the prime numbers and non-prime or composite numbers. Right? Prime numbers and composite numbers. Then you are done. Numbers you are done. Then මෙතන ආයි හිතසත් තියෙන්නේ මේ numbers ගැන. දැන් ඔයාලා දන්නවා හරි numbers I am done. Right? I know everything about numbers because without confidence about the numbers, how can you study mathematics? Right? එතනින්ම ආයි confidence එක බෙල්ලෙම ගහලා යනවා නැත්තම් නම්බර ගැන දන්නේ නැත්තම්. Right? So that is numbers. Then what are the concepts related to numbers I am supposed to know? Yes, you are supposed to know these concepts. You must know what is mean by LCM. You must know what is mean by GCD. Right? Especially those two. Then you must know what is a prime number, what is mean by relative prime numbers. Okay, so how to find LCM, how to find GCD of 2 or 3 numbers. දැන් මම මේක දන්නවද නැද්ද කියලා අහන්න ඕනේ ඔයාගෙන් පපුවට තට්ටු කරලා. දන්නවද නැද්ද? දන්නවනම් හරි. උඹ මරු දැන්. උඹ දැන් ලෑස්ති වැඩේට. උඹ දැන් තව වැඩක් කරගන්නේ. මේ ඕක ගැන හිතේ ඉතින් නැද්ද? උඹ දන්නවනම් ඒක ගැන ආයි කල්පනා කරන්න ඕනේ නැහැ. right? දැන් ටක් ගාලා LCM හොයන්නදී මතක් කරගන්න ඕනේ නේද? prime factors වෙනකම් factorize කරනවා. හරි factors ගන්නදී අපි එකක හරි දිනුවත් ගන්න ඕන. ලොකු බලය ගන්නෙ. When it comes to GCD, if it is common only we take, and also we take the smaller power and you multiply, you get the GCD. දැන් මට නම්බර දෙකක් දෙන්න මම GCD හොයලා දෙන්නම්. දැන් මට නම්බර දෙකක් දෙන්න මම LCM හොයලා දෙන්නම්. මම දන්නවා කරන විදිය. Right. So that is LCM and GCD. Then of course you must know how to add numbers, subtract numbers, multiply numbers, divide numbers. Right. Whole numbers. Then the decimals. Can I multiply two decimal numbers? Can I divide a decimal number by another decimal number? Do I have that confidence with me? Right? Or right? Then can I convert a fraction into a decimal into a fraction? Can I add two fractions? Can I do something like half plus 3 by 2 divided by 5 by 3? Can I do this kind of simplification? Right? So that is something you have to ask yourself. If you know it, yes, you are done. You are done. So that is what you are supposed to know under arithmetic. That's it. That's it, right? So numbers, that is your first topic. Then second topic, right? Second topic. Second topic කියන්නේ අපි කරේ වෙනම නමුත් අපි දැන් ගමු මේක මේ පැත්ත ළඟයිනේ. Right. Ratios and proportion. What should I know? And proportions. What kind of questions I will be getting? What is a ratio? What is a proportion? What is a percentage? Right? So for example, half. So you can write it as 1 to 1. Right? 1/3. You can say 1 to 2. 1 portion given to this, altogether 3 portion. So can I convert like this? When I give this, can I write like this? Say this is 1/3, this is 2/3. Say 1 to 10. So that is 1 out of 11, 10 out of 11. So when I say something like this, can I convert to this? When someone gives this, can I convert to this? Do I have that skill? Right? So then percentage. What is mean by percentage? What is mean by 10%? What is mean by 100%? What is mean by 50%? Right? So if someone asks what is mean by percentage, what is your answer? So do I have an answer for that? So what is mean by your percentage of your percentage means basically sort of in a way. So where do you get the percentage? So profit percentage. So percentage is your gain divided by your cost into 100. Right? Say your profit is 100, your total investment is 10,000. Then the profit percentage is 100 divided by 10,000 into 100. So it's basically 1%. 1%. Okay. So then what are the practical usages of ratios and proportions? Yes, I should be able to do calculate profit or loss percentage. Profit or loss percentage. Remember, there are two type of questions: buying price, selling price. So that is selling price minus buying price. That is my profit divided by buying price into 100. If it is manufacturing or something, we have the cost, we have the revenue. So then profit is revenue minus cost divided by your cost. That is profit per unit cost, but what we need is profit per 100 cost. So that is your profit percentage. Of course, if the revenue is less, what you get is a loss or negative profit. So that's it. So then what are the other type of questions you can get? Of course, I will get the discount related thing. Right? Mark price, your discount is this, say 20%. Then your discount is your mark price into 20 divided by 100. So therefore your selling price is mark price minus this discount. Then VAT. So sometimes when we sell something, we have to add say 12% VAT. So then the selling price will be the mark price plus the VAT. So how to calculate VAT? Mark price into say VAT percentage is 5. So that you have to add to the mark price. Or else you can say mark price into 105 divided by 100. If the VAT is 5%. So what else you will get under this? Of course you will get income tax question. Then the interest question, especially the simple interest. Do I know the formula? Yes, I equal PTR divided by 100. So always they will give 2 or 3 of these and they will ask me the fourth one. Like maybe they will go the principal, time and the interest, and they will ask what is the interest rate. So they will not ask you the compound interest because they are just interested in simple things only in the exams. Okay, so then what else? Of course they can ask questions related to work time, right? The man hours type of questions. මතකද අර එතකොට ආවට question එන්න පුළුවන් දෙන්නෙක් දෙන්නයි පැයක් වැඩ කරලා ඊට පස්සේ එක්කෙනෙක් ගියා. එතකොට බලන්න ඕනේ පැයට කරපු proportion එක කොච්චර 100 හරි පහෙන් එකක් කළා තව මෙච්චරක් ඉතුරුයි. දැන් ටක් ගාලා මතක් වෙනවා එන්න පුළුවන් possible questions. Work time related questions. Then speed related question. Speed and acceleration, because speed is distance divided by time. So if you have the constant speed, it's also this kind of a question, proportionate question. Then of course you may get the filling of tanks. So one pipe is filling, another pipe is filling, this one is emptying, right? So you will get something like, okay, to fill the tank this with only this pipe it took 1 hour, for this pipe only it took 2 hours. This will remove your tank in 3 hours. If all are open, how long it is going to take? දැන් මම ඒවයි ගන්නකට readyද? මගේ ඔළුවේ proportion වැඩ කරනවද? එහෙනම් ඒ topic එකත් ඉවරයි. So that means you are done with the second topic. You are done with the second topic. Ratios and proportions. Right? So then you have the third topic. Okay, so we'll come back to the third topic later. Let's say the indices and logarithms. What am I supposed to know about indices and logarithms? දැන් ඔයාලට කොලයක් අරගෙන දැනගන්න ඕන ටික ඔක්කොම ලියන්න ඕන. හරි. ලිව්වට පස්සේ තමයි confidence එක හැදෙන්නේ. මොනවද දැනගන්න ඕන indices සම්බන්ධව. දැන් මොන ලියමු? If I have a into a into a into n times, we can write it as a to the power n. So that is the starting point of indices. Okay. So then there are a few rules. What are the rules? A to the power n into a to the power m can be written as a to the power n plus m. Then මේ rules පාවිච්චි කරනවා. දැන් මේ paper එක ගත්ත වෙලාව විතරම අපි. හරි? Then a to the power n divided by a to the power m can be written as a to the power n minus m. A to the power n to the power m can be written as a to the power nm. දැන් බලන්න දැන් paper එක ගත්තට පස්සේ මම පාවිච්චි කරන්නේ නැති කියලා. ඉතින් මේ ටික දන්නේ නැත්නම් මේ ටික දන්නවාද කියලා ඩබල් චෙක් කරන්න දුක විභාගයට යනවා කියන්නේ නිකන් අර හොර පූසෙක් යනවා වගේ. Right? So what else I am supposed to know? Yes, I must know that a to the power minus n can be written as 1 over a to the power n. And of course I must know that a to the power 1 is a to the power 0 is 1. Okay. What else I must know? Of course there's another notation, root notation. A to the power root n can be written as a to the power 1 over n. And of course square root is a special case, a to the power half. So you මේක මේ මහා ලොකු දෙයක් නෙමෙයි යා. මේක ඉතා සරල දෙයක්. දැන් මට මිස් වෙච්ච මොනවාරි තියෙනවනම් කියන්න. තව මිස් වෙච්ච රූල් දෙකක් තියෙනවා. කාටද කියන්න පුළුවන්? මට මිස් වෙච්ච රූල් දෙකක් තියෙනවා. කාටද කියන්න පුළුවන්? හරි. බය නැතුව කියන්න ඕනේ දැන්. හරි. නෑ නොතන තව දෙකක් අඩුයි. තව තුනක් අඩුයි. ඒ තුනක් ලියන්න ඕනේ. ඒතකොට තමයි මේක ඉවර. තමන් දැනගන්න ඕනේ දැන් මම තමන් සම්පූර්ණයෙන් දන්නවා කියලා දැනන් ඉන්න ඕනේ. හරි. තමන් සම්පූර්ණයෙන් දන්නවා කියලා දැනන් ඉන්න ඕනේ. මම ගාව මේ හිස් නෑ. සිදුරු නෑ කියලා. මෙතන මිස් වෙච්ච රූල් දෙක කාටද කියන්න පුළුවන්? Anyone? ජීවිතේනේ මේව ලියලා තියෙනවද කොලයක් අරන්? අපි නම් ස්ටඩි කරනවා කියලා කරේ ඒවා තමයි. අපි කරපු එකම දේත් ඔච්චරයි. Right. So what else? A to the power n into b to the power n can be written as ab to the power n. කලින් පාද සමානයි. දැන් බල සමාන වුණා. බෙදීමක් තියෙනවා. A to the power n divided by b to the power n can be written as a divided by b to the power n. ඔන්න දැන් තමයි වැඩේ ඉවර. නැත්නම් අපිට මේ දෙක ලියනකන් නින්ද යන්නේ නැහැ. මොකද දන්නවා දෙකක අඩුවක් තියෙනවා කියලා. අඩුවක් තියෙනවද කියලා දන්නේ ඇයි? මෙහෙම ලියලා පුරුද්දක් තියෙනවද? හරි. මෙහෙම ලියලා පුරුද්දක් නැති කෙනාට අඩුවක් තියෙනවද පාඩුවක් තියෙනවද දන්නේ නැහැ. ඔය අන්දේ වගේ යනවා. මොනවා හරි කරලා දෙන දෙයක් අපි දෙන දෙයක් බලාගෙන නම් අපි එක්සෑම් වලට ගිහිල්ලත් නැහැ, ඉන්ටර්විව් වලට ගිහිල්ලත් නැහැ. හරි. දෙන දෙයක් ගන්න. අපිට ඕන දේ අපි අරන් යනවා මිසක්. හරි. අපි යන්නේ අපිට ඕන එක අරන් එන්නේ මිසක් දෙන දෙයක් අරන් එන්නේ නෙමෙයි. අපි කරන්නේ අපිට ඕන වැඩේ. දෙන දේවල් නෙමෙයි. So that must be your attitude. Okay? Right. So that's it about indices. There's nothing else. හරි. පුළුවන් නම් කියන්නේ මේකට අඩුවක් තියෙන මොකක් හරි තියෙනවා නම් කියන්න බලන්න. මේක අඩුයි කියලා. කටක් තියෙන කෙනෙක්. මෙන්න මේ රූල් එක කිව්වේ නෑ නේද උතන කියලා. එහෙම අපිට ඒක නේ බය නැතුව කතා කරන්නේ නේද? මෙතන පුළුවන් නම් අඩුවක් තියෙනවා නම් අඩු රූල් එක කියන්න ඕන දැන්. So then the logs. මොකද මේක මේ වෙන සබ්ජෙක්ට් වගේ නෙමෙයි යා 10 නම් තියෙන්නේ 10යි. 10 නම් එතන 9ක් ලියලා හරියන්නේ නැහැ 11ක් ලියන්න දෙයක්වත් නැහැ. හරි? එච්චරයි කතන්දරේ. Right. So then the logarithms. ඔක්කොම logarithm rule ටික මට ලියන්න පුළුවන් කෙනෙකුට 100% විශ්වාසයි. එකක්වත් අඩුවක් නැතුව. ඒක ලියලිවල මම කල්පනා කරන්නේ නැහැ. අනේ අඩුවක් දන්නේ නැහැ, තව තියෙනවද දන්නේ නැහැ. නෑ එහෙම එකක් නෑ. rules කොහොම පොඩ්ඩයි තියෙන්නේ. So first one is how? The definition of logarithms. If we have a equal b to the power c, you can write it as log b a equals c. That is definition. Right? When you have this, you can write this. When you have this, because I know that logarithm is a different way of writing indices. Okay, different way of writing indices. So that is a definition. We always start with definition, right? So this is also I start with definition. Definition and නැතු මේක අවජාතකයෝ නැත්තම් වගේ පටන් ගන්න බෑ නේද? ඉතින් තාත්තා කෙනෙක් ඉන්න බෑ, අම්මා කෙනෙක් ඉන්න බෑ. මෙතනින් පටන් ගන්න කියලා. Right. So then what are the rules? මම දන්නවා indices වල තියෙන rules ම තමයි තියෙන්නේ. හරි? So log a to the power xy can be written as log ax plus log ay. Multiplication become addition. Division becomes subtraction. Division becomes subtraction. Division becomes subtraction. Multiplication becomes addition. ඔය තමයි තියෙන්නේ හා. ඒ pattern පේන හන්ද තමයි බය නැත්තේ. log ax divided by y. log ax minus log ay. ඊට පස්සේ මේ මම දන්න මේ රූල් එක තියෙනවා log වල. මේ රූල් එක. හරි power එක multiplication එකක් වෙනවා. ඒකමයි මම මතක තියාගන්න. log ax to the power y. Power become multiplication. y multiplied by log ax. I think rules. හරි. මේ දෙකට අදාළ රූල් නැහැ කියලා මම දන්නවා. මේ දෙකට අදාළ රූල් නැහැ. හරි. ඊළඟට මම දන්නවා මේ දෙන්නට අදාළ දැන් මම අපි එහෙම මතක තියාගන්න. මෙයාට අදාළ log value එකක් තියෙනවා. මෙයාට අදාළ log value එකක් තියෙනවා. මෙයාට අදාළ එක මොකද? ඒකේ 1 කියන්නේ ඒ කියන එක. log a to the base a is 1. log a1 is 0. Right? So it's all about patterns. Understanding the pattern, not remembering formulas. Okay. So this is because a to the power 1. This is 1 can be written as a to the power 0. A to the power 0 means this value is your value. Right? For example, you have log 10 to the power 5. Your value is 5. So if someone asks what is log 10,000, you know that is log 10. You have to write this as the power of 10 to the power 4. So therefore the answer is 4. If someone asks what is log 64, I don't need any formulas. I know that is if someone asks log value, I have to write this as the power of 2. So this is 2. 2, 4, 8, 16, 32, 64. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 2 to the power 6. Their final answer is 6. හරි ඔච්චරයි. ඊළඟට තියෙන තව එක රූල් එකක් තියෙනවා කියලා මම දන්නවා. තව එකම එක රූල් එකක් තියෙනවා. මොකක්ද? change of base rule. change of base rule. Log AB can be written as log CB divided by log CA. Log CA. So if I want to find log 5 3, if I have the log table of base 10, I can write it as log 10 3 divided by log 10 5. This can be any base, right? And now then මට තව එකක් මතක් වෙනවා. කාටද මතක? මේක ලිව්වට පස්සේ මතක් වෙනවා තව මෙයාගේ විශේෂයක් කෙනෙක් ඉන්නවා. මොකද්ද? තව පොඩ්ඩක් එක මිස් වෙනවා වගේ. මොකද්ද? මෙයාගේ විශේෂයක් කෙනා. Log AB can be written as 1 over log BA. If you know the log 10, if you need log 310, which is same as 1 over log 10 3. Right, that's it. වෙන ලඝු සම්බන්ධ rules නැත. පුළුවන් නම් කියන්න. right? පුළුවන් නම් කියන්න. ඒකට ගණන්කාරයෝ කියන්නේ. හරි ගණන්කාරයෝ කියන්නේ දැන් මම බය නැති හන්ද නේද කියන්නේ? බය නැති කියන්නේ මේ චණ්ඩිකමට නෙමෙයි. තමන්ගේ විෂය සම්බන්ධයෙන්. හරි. මේක කරගන්න මහා අමාරු වැඩක් නෑ නේද? මේ ෆෝමියුලා ටික ඔක්කොම 6ක් 7ක් මතක තියාගෙන කොන්ෆිඩන්ස් එක බිල්ඩ් කරගන්නවාද? මේක බලන්න නැතුව ලියන්න නැතුව හැමදාම නිවටේක් වගේ ඉන්නවද? නිවටේක් වගේ ඉන්නවද? හරි. මේ මුළු සබ්ජෙක්ට් එකක් මේ තියෙන්නේ. කොහොමද ඔයගොල්ලන්ගේ සබ්ජෙක්ට්? හරි. ඔයගොල්ලෝ මොකද දන්නවද නේද? බයෝ කරපුවාම මහා පතරංග ජාතක වගේ පාඩම් කරේ. ඉතින් මේ චුට්ට මතක තියාගන්න බැරි නම් මොන ජීවිතයක්ද? මේ මතක තියාගන්නව නෙමෙයි. මේකේ තියෙන පැටර්න් එක. දැන් මේ ටික මතක තියාගත්තේ නෑ මම වෙනම. මේ ටික මට මතක indices වල indices එක. change of base එක තමයි තනියෙන් ගියේ. අනිත් ඔක්කොම indices rules මේ තියෙන්නේ. හරි. So all these are indices rules in log form. So the only formula that we don't have in indices is this one, and it's special case. එතකොට මට මේක මතක තියාගන්න වෙනම memory යන්නේ නැහැ. අරකම මට connection එක විතරයි මතක. හරි connection එක කරන logic එක මතකයි. logic මතක තියාගන්න ලේසි. කරුණුත් එක්ක මතක තියාගන්න අමාරුයි. logic මතක තියාගන්න ලේසි. මොකද logic කියන්නේ ඇත්ත. හරි logic කියන්නේ ඇත්ත කියන්නේ සතුටක් ඇති වෙන දෙයක් නේද? කටපාඩම් කරනවා කියන්නේ මහා කරුණයක් දුකක් තේරුම් නොගෙන යමක් කටපාඩම් කරනවා කියන්නේ මේක තේරුම් නොගෙන මේක සමීකරණයක් කටපාඩම් කරනවා කියන්නේ මහා කාලකන්ණි හැඟීමක්. හරි. Right. So that is logarithms and arithmetic indices. Now දැන් අපි කීයක් කව කරාද? අපි නම් කොච්චර ලියලාද? මම කොළ 10ක විතර ගත්තම කොළ 10 ඉවර කරන්න පුළුවන් කියලා හරියට මේ සබ්ජෙක්ට් එක ගන්නවා. Right. So then algebra වල මොනවද දෙන්නේ? අතට කාටේ බුදුවම algebra කියන මහා සාගරය යන්නේ. මොන මහා සාගරයක්ද? මේ චූටි ඇලක් වගේ එකක්. විශේෂයෙන් ඕගොල්ලන්ගේ තියෙන සිලබස් එක. O level සිලබස් එක. So algebra. So first you must know what are the two purposes of algebra. So there are two purposes. Purpose එක දැන් දැන් අනිත් ඒවා definition එක ලිව්වා. නේද? indices වල මම definition එක ලියලා පටන් ගත්තේ. logs වල definition එක algebra වගේ subject එකකට එහෙම මට ෆෝමියුලා එකක් ලියන්න බෑනේ. එතකොට මොකක් පටන් ගන්නවද? මොකක්ද algebra කියන ලියලා පටන් ගන්නවා. නැත්නම් යන්නේ කොහෙද? මුකුත් නැහැනේ. So algebra it's a mathematical area of unknowns, variables, right? So what are the two main usages? We can understand how things are related. Is it related like this, related like this, related like this, right? Related like this. නැත්නම් purpose එකක් නැහැ algebra ඉගෙන ගත්තා. නේද? ඔහේ මොනවද මන් දන්නේ නැටි ඉගෙන ගත්තා නෙමෙයි ඉස්සෙල්ලා කියනවා මොකද්ද purpose එක? purpose එකක් නැති වුණාම තමයි ජීවිතේ කාලකන්ණි වෙන්නේ. සමහරවිට ජීවිතේවත් purpose එකක් නැහැ. නේද? So first purpose of algebra is understanding how they are related. Now if it is something like y equal x squared plus 2x plus 1, if someone says it's going like this, I know that after sometimes it's going to get into a peak and go down again. හරි ඒක තමයි මේ වගේ සමීකරණ නම් මම දන්නවා. ඔක කොහොම ගියාට මොකෝ කොයි වෙලාවකට ගිහලා එනවා. සම්මිතිකයි. ඊළඟට කවුරු හරි කිව්වොත් y equal 2x plus 1 කියලා අපි දන්නවා y equal 2x කියන්නේ මේ වගේ කෙනෙක්. එහෙනම් 2x plus 1 කියන්නේ මෙයාට සමාන්තර කෙනෙක්. හරි. minus half x ගන්නම් මෙයාට ලම්බ කෙනෙක්. Perpendicular because 2 into minus half is minus 1. So that is the confidence that we need. හරි අපිට ඕනේ මේ විභාග පාස් කරපු හාල් පාරුව නෙමෙයි. හරි විභාග පාස් කරුව මෙලෝ confidence එකක් නැති පාංකඩ නෙමෙයි. අපිට ඕන විභාග පාස් වුණාද කමන්නේ යමක් කරන්න පුළුවන් තමන් කරන දේවල් දන්න මිනිස්සු. හරි right. So algebra, now you know that one purpose we can understand the how the things are related. Second one is when there are a set of unknown things, we can find that values. For example, someone says x squared plus 5x plus 6 equals 0. Now x is unknown, but if you know the algebra, you know that okay, x is either 3 or x is either 2. Okay, or if y equal x, y plus 2x equal 3, x squared, sorry, x minus 5x is 4. Now using algebra, you can find what is x, what is y, and what is the meaning of that x and y, what is the meaning of this x value. That is why you learn algebra. Okay, so when it comes to algebra, so you have the expressions like y equal x squared plus 2x plus 1. You have formulas. Okay, so then you do two type of operations: factorizing. What is the other one? Expanding. Nothing else. For example, when you say x squared minus y squared, you can write it as x plus y into x minus y. That is factorizing. When you have x squared plus 5x plus 6, you can factorize it as x plus 3, x plus 2. Okay, just give me 1 minute. Right. So factorizing and expanding. Now, what are the well-known factors? මහලුකක් නෑනේ factors ඕන නම් උපරිම හයක් ඇති නේද? මොනවාද factors ටික දැනගෙන ඉන්නවා. දැන් මේ ටික නැතුව exam එකට යන්න එපා. හරි? මේවා ලියලා නැතුව ජීවිතේට. සමහර ජීවිතේට මේවා ලියලා නැහැ කියලා දන්නවා. සමහර පාඩම් කරනවා කියලා කරලා තියෙන්නේ මොකද්ද? පුටුවක් උඩ වාඩිලා මොනවද මන් දන්නේ මගුලක් කරනවා. මොන මගුලක් කරනවද කියලා අපි දන්නේ නැහැ. හරි? සමහර රෑ නිදි මරාගෙන කිර ජීවිතේ විදෝනවා. මොකද මේ ටික ලියලිවලා බුදිය ගන්නේ 9:00ට. රෑ දෙකට ඇහැරලා ඉන්නේ. එන ගන්නවද බුදිය ගත්තම කලින්. වැඩි දන්නවනම්. right, x squared minus y squared, x plus y into x minus y. What else? x squared plus 2xy plus y squared. මතක නැත්නම් කොලයක් කරන් බලන්න ඕනේ දැන්. හරි. ඔයාට එහෙම ලියන්න බැරි වෙන්න පුළුවන්. හරි. සමහරට මේක පොඩක් කාලෙකින් කරලා නැති වෙන්න පුළුවන්. හැබැයි මේක ලියලා ඒක මේ මට්ටමට එන්න ඕන. ලියන්න නැතුව මේ මට්ටමට ආවද නැද්ද කියලා දන්නේ නැහැනේ. Right. So this is x plus y squared on factors. X squared minus 2xy plus y squared. That is x minus y squared. X minus y into x minus y. Factors. Then x cube minus y cube. X minus y times x plus 5 x squared minus xy plus y squared. X cube plus y cube. මේක නම් මට මතක නැහැ ඍණ දානද? මතක නැතට කරලා බලන්න ඕනේ. ඉතින් මට ඇත්තටම මට මතක නැහැ. හරි නේද? ඍණද දානද? මට මතක විදියට මේක දාන වෙලා මේක ඍණ වෙනවා වගේ. බලන්න. දැන් මට නෝට් ඕනේ නැහැ. මට ඉන්ටර්නෙට් තියෙනවනේ. අපි ඕගොල්ලෝ ඉගෙන ගන්න අලුත් ක්‍රමයක්ද? හරි නෝට් පෙරලා ඉන්න ඕනේ නැහැ ඉන්ටර්නෙට් තියෙන්නේ. Difference of squares. අද බැලුවට පස්සේ මට ඊළඟ සතිය ආයි බලන්න ඕනේ නැහැ හැබැයි. So difference of cube. 6 square එක හරිනේ. Cube. නෑ ඍණනේ. ඍණ දාන්න. මොබරද තිබුණේ. මම ටිකක් පොඩි සැකයක් ඇති වෙච්ච අන්ත බැරි. x minus y times. So here plus. Here this one is plus. Then this one is minus. X squared minus xy plus y squared. වෙන මොන හරි ෆැක්ටර්ස් දැනගෙන ඉන්නවද ඔයගොල්ලෝ මේ ටික අර O level වල වෙන ෆැක්ටර්ස් ටිකක් කරලා තියෙනවා කියලා මම දන්නවා හරි බයිනෝමියල් තියරම් මෙහෙම හරි ඒක ඕනේ නැහැ ඔයගොල්ලන්ට ඔයගොල්ලන් සිලබස් එකක් හදන්න පේපර් එකක් හදන්න අනිත් එක හොඳට පතන්න මැත්ස් වල පේපර් සිලබස් එකෙන් පිට පේපර්ස් හදන්න නැහැ so because now your examiner is going to challenge you right maths paper means you are challenged අර කවුරු හරි වට ගහ ගන්න එන්න කියන්නේ වලියකට ක්‍රිකට් මැච් එකක් ගහන්න මොකටද so your examiner is going to challenge you and he is going to give you problems මේක factorize කරන්න, මේක හොයන්න, මේක සුළු කරන්න. Now he is challenging. It's not like information system subject. It is not like PC application. එතනදී ආව challenge කරන්නේ නැහැ. ඔයාලට මේක මතකද අරක දන්නවද මේක දන්නවද කියලා බලන්න. මේක දන්නවද අරක දන්නවද නෙමෙයි ඔයාලට challenge කරනවා. හරි? ඔයාලට challenge කරනවා. ඒ කියන්නේ ගණන් කියන්නේ. හරි? මේ ගණන්කාරයෙක් හොයාගන්න නම් challenge කරන්න බෑ නේද? ගණන්කාරයෙක් අල්ලගන්න නම් හොයාගන්න නම් අපිට මිනිහව challenge කරලා බලන්න ඕන. මිනිහා challenge කරා මොකද බයද? මේකට චූ යනවාද? මේක මට රිටර්න් එක දෙනවාද? දැන් ඔයගොල්ලෝ යන්න ඕන. හරි මේක මට challenge කරන්න මම උඩ පැලෙන්න දෙනවා. මම උඩ පැලෙන්න දෙනවා කියලා යන්න ඕන. මේ හතුරෙක් හන්ද නෙමෙයි ආව challenge කරනවා හදා ගන්න. හරි? ඔයා tough කෙනෙක් හදා ගන්න. මොකද engineersලා tough වෙන්න ඕන. හරි engineersලා doctorsලා tough වෙන්න ඕන නේද? accountantලා ලොකු වගකීම් බාර ගන්නවා නම් tough මිනිස්සු වෙන්න ඕන. tough කියන්නේ මේ මුර්ගයෝ වගේ වෙනවා කියන එක නෙමෙයි. ප්‍රශ්න වලට බය නැති මිනිස්සු වෙන්න ඕන. හරි? problems වලට මේ complexity වලට බය නැති මිනිස්සු වෙන්න ඕන නේද? ඒකන්තයි එයා මේ complex problem දීදී බලන්න ඔයා බයද? ඔයා ඒක ෆිල්ටර් කරලා ගන්නවා ඉතින් නේද? ෆිල්ටර් කරලා ගන්නවා. right දැන් මම අහන්නේ මේ අර තව එකක් හරි තියනවද? ඕගොල්ලෝ කතා කරන්න ඕනේ දැන්. මේ හැර එකක් හරි තියනවද? ඒක තමයි confidence එක කියන්නේ. එක්ක කියන්නේ නෑ. ඔව් තව මෙන්න මේක තියෙනවා. නැත්නම් කියනවා නෑ ඔච්චරයි. ඒ නෑ ඔච්චරයි කියන තරම් confidence එකක් තියෙනවනේ තමන් ගාව. හරි? මම දන්න මීට අමතරව තව එකක් තියෙනවා. නමුත් ඒක factors නෙමෙයි. තව factorize කරන විදියක් තියෙනවා. මොකක්ද? trinomials. If you have something like x squared plus 5x plus 6, that is, we have a technique. It's not remembering things like this. There's a technique to factorize, right? So you have to break down into two numbers. When you when you simplify, you must get this number. When you multiply, you must get this number into this number. Then always it's going to factorize. Always, right? If you can find two such numbers, always this is going to be factorized. Okay, if not you have formula, right? What එක factors හොයාගන්න බැරි නේද formula එකක් තියෙනවා. දැක්කද? විභාගයට යනකොට යන්න ඕන මෙහෙමත් තියෙනවා. මම ගත්තා backup ක්‍රමයකුත් තියෙනවා. ඒ කොහොමද? x equal if we have ax squared plus bx plus c, if you want to find x, that is minus b plus or minus b squared minus 4ac divided by 2a. No. Right? So if now this is if you have a formula, yes, if it is expression, your answers are you will get these values. Say you get say capital A and capital B, your answers are x minus capital A and x minus capital B. ඒකන මේක factorize කරන්න පාවිච්චි කරන්න පුළුවන්. දැන් මට පොඩ මතක් වෙනවා මෙයාගේ formula එකේ ඔන්න දැන් එතන ඉවර කරලා දාන්න. දැන් මට මතක් වෙනවා මේක කොහොමද? So this can be y equal ax squared plus bx plus c can be in two types. Either it's like this or it is like this. Now this is when a is greater than 0. This happens when a is less than 0. Right? So that is how you look at. Now for example minus 3x squared plus 3x plus 5. This is something like this. If you have 5x squared plus 2x minus 5, that is something like this. ඒක තමයි ඔයාලට මැත්ස් උගන්වන්නේ. ඔයා බැලුව ගමන් දන්නවා දැන් මේක මෙහෙම එක්කෙනෙක් ඊළඟට ඔයාලට බලන්න පුළුවන් මොකද්ද? මෙයා y x අක්ෂයේ කැපෙන එක්කෙනෙක්ද නැති එක්කෙනෙක්ද? ඒක කොහොමද? If b squared minus 4ac is greater than 0, and of course if a is greater than 0, it is something like this. If a is less than 0 and b squared minus 4ac is greater than 0, it is something like this. If b squared minus 4ac is less than 0, it is either something like this or something like this. It is not going to cross it. If b squared minus 4ac equals 0 and if a is greater than 0, it is something like this. It's going to touch this. If b squared minus 4ac equals 0 and if a is negative, it is something like this. ඔන්න වෙන්න පුළුවන් විදි. හරි මෙහෙම එකක්ද ඉස්සෙල්ලා මේක මෙහෙම එකක්ද කියන්න පුළුවන්. ඕක නිකන ගත්තේ. හරි එක්ස්ප්‍රෙෂන් එකක් දැක්කට පස්සේ මේ ලෝකේ වෙන දේවල් ගැන ප්‍රෙඩික්ට් කරන්නේ ඕගොල්ලන්ට මැත්ස් ඉගන්නේ. ඔයා ආර්ථික විද්‍යාඥයෙක් වෙන්න පුළුවන් නේද? ඔයා මාකටිං මැනේජර් කෙනෙක් වෙන්න පුළුවන්. ඔයා ඉංජිනේර කෙනෙක් වෙන්න පුළුවන්. ඔයාට පුළුවන් වෙන්න ඕනේ ඉස්සරහට වෙන දේ ප්‍රෙඩික්ට් කරන්න. නැත්නම් මේක දිහා බලලා මොකද්ද මේ වෙන්නේ යන්නේ කියලා කියන්නේ. Right. So then the straight line y equal ax, y equal mx plus c. What is mean by c? What is mean by m? Right? So c is this value. If c is positive, it crosses in the positive side. If c is negative, it crosses in the negative side. Right? If c is 0, it goes to the origin 0 0. Then m is the tan theta. Is tan theta. If m is positive, it is creating a small angle. If m is negative, it is creating a big angle with the x-axis. Right? Right? If they have two equations, two straight lines with same m, they are parallel. They are parallel. If we have two straight lines where m1 into m2 is -1, they are perpendicular. They are perpendicular. Right? So that is how you do it. Right? So then what is the meaning of them? So then what is meaning of solving simultaneous linear equations? Samagami Rekiya samikaran. Say y minus 3x equal 5, 2y minus x equal 4. So basically, if you are getting answer, that means what you are getting is the xy value of the cross section, the intersection point, because that xy value is going to satisfy this line as well as this line. Okay, so අන්නේ මේ මතක් වෙන්න ඕන දැන් දැන් තාම මොනවද දැනගන්න ඕන algebra ගැන ඔය ටික අර ඕගොල්ලෝ කියන්නේ දැන් මේ ටික ඇද්ද තාම මොනවද දැනගන්න ඕන මොකද දන්නවා දැනගන්න ඕන ටික දැනගන්න එක තමයි වැඩේ හරි කෙනෙක් confidence එක කියන්නේ මම කොච්චර ඇඳද කියලා වෙනවද කතා කර කර නමුත් දැන් සිලබස් එකෙන් භාගයක්ම ඇදලා ඉවරයි නේද දැන් මෙතනට ආවට පස්සේ indices ආවට තව 4න් තියෙනවා තව මොනවද algebra ගැන දැනගන්න ඕන තව දැනගන්න ඕන දේවල් චුට්ටක් තියෙනවා චුට්ටක් ඔයගොල්ලෝ මතක ඉඳලා මම කියන්නම් තව මොනවද algebra ගැන දැනගන්න ඕන ඔයගොල්ලෝම කියන්න බලන්න දැන් මෙතන ඉන්නවනේ 20ක් 30ක් විතර එක්කෙනෙක් කියන්න බලන්න මට අපි මේකක් දැනගන්න ඕන කියලා we need to know this we need to know that කියලා තව මොනවද දැනගන්න ඕන ඔච්චරයි දැන් තාම අගම්බුලා දන්නේ නැහැ දැනගන්න ඕන මොකද්ද කියලා දන්නේ නැහැ algebra. So you must be able to simplify something like this y1 divided by x plus 1 minus x divided by x minus 1. Can you simplify that kind of thing? Okay, or maybe x squared minus 1. එතකොට සාධක කඩලා නේද සාධක කඩලා කොහොමද මේක සුළු කරන්නේ මේක සුළු කරන්න මට පුළුවන්ද බැරිද ඔය දෙක අතරමැද අවස්ථානේ අනේ මන් දන්නේ ඒව නෑ එක්ක පුළුවන් එක්ක බෑ හරි බයිලා කියන්න නම් එන්න එපා හරි අනේ මන් දන්නේ එක්ක පුළුවන් එක්ක බෑ හරි ඔයා තීරණය කරන්න මට පුළුවන්ද බැරිද මම දන්නේ මට නම් පුළුවන් කොහොමද මේක සුළු කරන්නේ 1 over x plus 1 minus x divided by I will factorize එකනේ ඉස්සෙල්ලා factorization එක ගත්තේ and now I have to find the common denominator. So common denominator is x plus 1 into x minus 1. So in order to make this x plus 1 into x minus 1, I have to multiply denominator by x minus 1. Therefore, I have to multiply the numerator also by x minus 1. So that part is done. Minus. And now it's already there. So therefore, it's just x. Then x minus x cancel out. Final answer is minus 1 divided by x plus 1 into x minus 1. So do I have that confidence? Can I do that? Oh, නැත්තම් මම ඒවයි ගානක් දුන්නම කණාමුට්ටි පෙරලනවාද? කණාමුට්ටි බින්දින්න යන්න එපා එක්සෑම් එක දවසක. සමහරව එහෙම තමයි කණාමුට්ටි බින්දලා ඇවිල්ලා බලන් ඉන්නවා මේ රිසල්ට් එක මොනවද කියලා. සමහරව එහෙම නැහැ. ඒගොල්ලෝ ගියේ ඔබ්ජෙක්ටිව් එකකට ඔබ්ජෙක්ටිව් එක achieve කරන් ගෙදර එනවා ජොලිය. Right? So then මම කතා කරා rationalizing the denominator. Rationalizing denominator. So if you get something like 3 divided by 1 minus root 2. Now you can see this is an irrational number. Your denominator is irrational. right? It's very easy. Someone, you will be given this kind of one and say rationalize the denominator. So what is the technique? ඒවට තියෙන බෙහෙත් maths වල තියෙන එක එක දේවල් වලට mathematician හොයාගත්ත technique. මොකක්ද දෙන බෙහෙත? හරි සරලයි. වර්ග දෙකේ අන්තරය හදාගන්න හදන්න. ඒතකොට වර්ගයක් මේක වර්ග වෙලා ගැලවිලා යනවා නේද? අන්න එහෙම ටක් ටක් කරලා මතක් වෙන්න ඕන. So if your question is rationalize this, I have to multiply it by 1 plus root 2. Then 3 into 1 plus root 2 divided by, this is a minus b, a plus b, 1 square, a squared minus b squared. 1 squared minus root 2 squared is 2. That is 1 minus 2 is minus 1. So the final answer is minus 3 times 1 plus root 2. Then denominator rationalize කරනවා. denominator එක irrational කියලා නැහැ. සම්පූර්ණ number irrational තමයි. question එක දෙන්නේ කොහොමද? rationalize the denominator. මේ යට කැලෙන් rational ගතිය අයින් කරලා තියෙනවා. අයින් කරලා දුන්නා. හරි. අයින් කරලා දුන්නා. ඒක නේ ඔක්කොම ගැලවිලාම ගියා ඔක්කොම. Right? So that is another type of question. දැන් paper එකේ දිගහැරියම ඕවා තමයි තියෙන්නේ ආ. paper එකේ දිගහැරියම ඕවා නැතුව වෙනේවා තියෙන්නේ නැහැ. මේවා ටික උගන්නලා ඉවරලා වෙනේවා නම් examiner වල නම් ගිහලා අංකුඩ නවත්තනවා. ඕගොල්ලන්ට සිලබස් එකක් දීලා වෙනේවායින් ප්‍රශ්න අහනවා. ඒක මම කාලකන්ණි එන්නේ නේද? හරි. එහෙම කාලකන්ණි paper එකක් නම් එන්නේ නැහැ ඔයගොල්ලෝ maths වලට. හරි. කොහොමත් maths උගන්නන කට්ටිය එහෙම කාලකන්ණි වැඩ කරන්නේ නැහැ මිනිස්සු. සාමාන්‍යයෙන් ටිකක් ඩිස්පිට් කට්ටියනේ. right. So that is, so තව මොන හරි දැනන් ඉන්නවද? තව මොන හරි දැනන් ඉන්නවද කියලා ඔයගොල්ලෝ කල්පනා කරන්න ඕන. ඔන්න දැන් මට message එකක් හම්බුණා. ඒ තමයි මොනවාද? ඔන්න දැන් මට ටැග් දෙක තුනකින් කරුණු ටික මතක් වෙනවා අපව. එකක් තමයි you must know මට arithmetic වෙන එකක් අමතක වෙච්ච එකක් වුණා. absolute value. What is mean by absolute value of 5? Absolute value of minus 3. So absolute value of 5 is 5. Absolute value of minus 3 is 3. And what is absolute value of x? Then you might get something like, what is the absolute value of, say, absolute value of x plus 1 is 3. Find x. On එනේව නේද? දැන් මේක හොයන්න කොහොමද? මේ වර්ග කරන්න නම් යන්න එපා. හරි? ඒ විතර machine. So absolute value එක 3යි නම් මේක වෙන්න පුළුවන් මොනක්ද? x plus 1 can be plus 3 or x plus 1 can be minus 3. So x can be 2 or x can be minus 4. Okay, උත්තර. x දෙක දැම්ම 2යි 3යි හරිය නේද? ඍණ 4 දැම්ම ඍණ 4යි දාන එකයි ඍණ 3යි හරිය ඍණ 3යි absolute value එක දාන්න තුනයි. So both answers. Then අසමානතා අහන්න පුළුවන් වගේ නේද? Inequality. So can I solve something like this? X plus 1 is greater than 2x minus 5. Can I solve this kind of things? Of course, right? මොනවද කරන්නේ? එකම සංඛ්‍යාව අඩු කරන්න වැඩි කරන්න පුළුවන්. හැබැයි බෙදනකොට වැඩි කරනකොට ආ ඍණ සංඛ්‍යාවකින් නෙමෙයි බෙදන්න ඕන. ඍණ සංඛ්‍යාවෙන් බෙදුවොත් your sign reverse. Right? So කොහොමද මේක හදන්නේ ටක් ගාලා? අපි දැන් මෙයාව මෙහෙට ගෙනියමු. 5 plus 1 is greater than 2x plus x. 2x minus x. 6 is greater than x. So the answer is there. X is less than 6. කොහොමද මේක මාක් කරන්නේ? මාක් කරන විදි කීපයක් තියෙනවා. So you can mark something like this. 6. මේක ඇවිල්ලා x is less than. So මේක සාමාන්‍ය ලකුණ. සමාන ලකුණ නැහැ. දැන් මතක් වෙන්න ඕන ටක් ගාලා. Right? So you can write it as minus infinity to 6. මෙතන සමාන ලකුණ දෙනවා නම් කොටු අරහන්න. හරි තියෙන්නේ. ඔන්න අසමානතා. හරි. ඊළඟට absolute value තියෙන අසමානතා අයින්න පුළුවන්. Say if someone says absolute value of x is greater than 5, what is that? Absolute value greater than 5 නම් මොනවද වෙන්න පුළුවන්? It can be either greater than 5, this area, or it can be less than 5, minus 5. Because for example, absolute value of minus 6 is 6, here 6 is greater than 5. So what about absolute value of x is less than 3? Absolute value එක 3ට වැඩි කුඩායි කියන්නේ මොකක්ද? That means between minus 3 and plus 3. If you take 2, absolute value of 2 is yes, less than 3. If you take 0, yes, but if you take 4, absolute value of 4 is 4. 4 is not less than 3. So that is why I have not shaded. If you take minus 5, absolute value of minus 5 is 5. 5 is not less than 3. So that is why I have not shaded. ඊළඟට වට දෙන්න පුළුවන් කොහොමද? ඔය x කියලා දෙනවා වෙනකොට දෙන්න පුළුවන්. X minus 5 absolute value is greater than 3. එතකොට අපි මොකද කරන්නේ? මෙයා capital X කියලා ගමු. let capital X is x minus 5. එහෙම කියලා අපි හැදුව ගණන් තියෙනවා නේද? ඊළඟට අපිට දෙන්න පුළුවන් තව ගණන් වර්ගයක් තියෙනවා. ඒක තමයි මොනවාද? say x minus 5 into x plus 4 is greater than 0. Find x. කොහොමද ඒව හදන්නේ? Right? So there are two possibilities. When this is greater than 0, one possibility is x minus 5 is greater than 0 and x plus 4 greater than 0. Or there's another possibility. එක ලස්සන මේවා ලියන්න බය වෙන්න නැතුව ලියන්න ඕනේ. මේ බය කට්ටිය තමයි මෙතන මුකුත් ලියන්නේ නැත්තේ. ඒගොල්ලෝ දන්නේ නැහැ මේක and or වෙන මගුලක්ද මුකුත් දන්නේ නැහැ. හරි? x minus 5 is less than 0 and x plus 4 is less than 0. හයි ඍණයි ඍණයි දාන්න වෙනවනේ. ධනයි ධනයි දාන්න වෙනවා ඍණයි ඍණයි දාන්න. දැන් මෙතනින් එනවා අපිට මොකද්ද? x is greater than 5 and x is greater than minus 4. ඒක වෙනවද? x ඍණ 4ට වැඩිය විශාල වෙන්නත් ඕන 5ට වඩා විශාල වෙන්නත් ඕන. ඔය දෙකම වෙන්න නම් මොකද වෙනවනේ? x 5ට වඩා විශාල වෙන්න. ඔන්න පළවෙනි උත්තරය. මේ පැත්තේ උත්තරය 5ට වඩා ලොකුයි. ඔය දෙකම වෙනවා නම් මේ පැත්ත. මේ පැත්ත මොකද්ද? x is less than 5 and x is less than minus 4. එහෙමනම් මොකද වෙන්නේ? 5ට වඩා කුඩා වෙන්නත් ඕන, ඍණ 4ට වඩා කුඩා වෙන්නත් ඕන. දෙකටම වඩා කුඩා වෙන්න නම් ඔක ඍණ 4ට වඩා කුඩා වෙන්න ඕන. ඔන්න උත්තර. කොමෙඩි එක කොමෙඩි. හරි. තවත් තියනවද? දැන් නම් ඉවරයි මං හිතන්නේ. ඇල්ජිබ්‍රා. බලන්න තියනවද කියලා තව? මට මතක විදිහට නම් ඉවරයි කියලා දැන් නම්. ඕනනම් දැන් ටක් ගාලා නෝට් එක අරන් බලන්න මට මිස් වෙච්ච තියනවා. එතකොට බලන්න මොන කාලකන්නිකවන්ද අයියෝ මේක මිස් වුණානේ මට. ෂික් කියලා හිතෙන්න ඕන. ඊළඟ පාඩ ලියනකොට නම් මේක මිස් වෙන්නේ නැහැ මට කියලා. ඇල්ජිබ්‍රා. දැන් මිස් වෙච්ච තියනවාද කියලා බලමු අපි. නරක වෙලාවට නෙමෙයි තමන්ගේ තියෙන careless කමට. නරක වෙලාවක් කියලා දෙයක් නැහැ. මේක කරන්නේ expanding, factorizing, simplify within algebraic straight line, parallel, perpendicular, solving equations, intervals, I think, inequalities, I think, absolute values සම්බන්ධ දේවල්, linear simultaneous equations අපි කතා කරා. meaning එක නේද? factorizing trinomials, I think. ඉතින් හරි තමයි නේද? දැන් දැක්කද? එහෙම වෙන්න ඕන. හරි. ඊට පස්සේ මොනවද තියෙන ටොපික් එක? මේක මේ වැඩක් කරන විදිය කියන්නේ අන්තිමට ගිහිල්ලා මේ අර කාලකන්ණියෙක් වෙන විදිය නෙමෙයි. ඒ කාලකන්ණිත් බිහි කරන්නේ විශ්වවිද්‍යාල වලින් තමයි. ඒක හොඳට මතක තියාගන්න. හරි. අපි සමහරවිට මේ විශ්වවිද්‍යාල ඉස්සරහින් යනකොට තාක බලාගෙන යන්නේ. ඒ පැත්ත බලන්නත් අකමැති. හරි ටයර් පෙරලා මරලා හරි කම්පියුටරෙන් ඔලුවට ගහලා මරලා හරි කාලකන්ණි 70 හරි රැග් කරනවා නේද සාපයක් රටට right so then we have the measurements and trigonometry නේද measurements and trigonometry measurements ටික දැන් මතකයිනේ ඉතින් ඒව නේද මම කියන්න ඕනේ නැහැ නේද දැන් වලට ටක් ගාලා shapes ටික මතක් වෙන්න ඕන හරි shapes ටික මොනවාද shapes ටික මොනවාද shapes ටික දැන් කාට හරි කියනවා මේක හරි කරදරයක් නේ ඔව් කරදරයක් වෙන්නේ කොහොමද මේක ලියලා ඉවරනට පස්සේ වැඩේ ඉවරයිනේ square rectangle කරදරේ මේක හිත ඉන්න එක සුසුම් හෙලෙල right then parallelogram right parallelogram rhombus special case of parallelogram මේ පාද සමාන නම් rhombus triangle right circle Triangle with special case දෙකක් තියෙන equilateral triangle isosceles two sides are same නමුත් දැනගෙන ඉන්න බෑ නේද so then මේකේ වර්ගඵලය ගන්න කොහොමද පරිමිතිය right half a plus b times h right make a make b make h sorry this is not half a plus b times h sorry half ne half a plus b times h here half h and a times h here 2 phi r squared right so then the solids you have the cuboid right so then you have the cylinder right so those are the regular shapes බලන්නේ කොහොමද cross section එකක් ගන්නවා cross section එක ගිය උසෙන් වැඩි කරනවා නේද මේක phi r squared නම් phi r squared h මේක ab නම් ab into c මේක a නම් a වර්ගය වැඩි කිරීම ආයේ a cube හරි regular cross section into that length මේ තුන් දෙනා එක වර්ගයක තුන් දෙනෙක් එහෙමයි බලන්න මතක තියාගන්න මේ තුන් දෙනා කවුද regular cross section තියෙන shapes the surface area the cross section area into that height but these are different මෙයා වෙනස් so this is one third of say r h phi r squared h මෙයා phi r squared h के මෙයාගේ තුනේ එකක් කියලා මතක තියාගන්නවා one third of phi r squared h then the here the surface area is phi r squared plus phi r squared plus මේ කැඩුවම මේක 2 phi r එහෙමයි මතක තියාගන්න මේක h තව එකක් කියනවා 2 phi r h මේක කටපාඩම් කරන්නේ නැහැ කටපාඩම් කරනවා කියන්නේ මම කරුම යන්නේ හරි මේක phi r වර්ග කියලා මතක පේන්න ඕනේ මේක phi r වර්ග මේක කැඩුවම මෙහෙම දිගෑරෙනවා ත්‍රිකෝණාශ්‍රයක් 2 phi r දිග උස h 2 phi r into h මේ වගේ තුනක් දාන්න පුළුවන් සිලින්ඩර් එකකට so therefore 1/3 of phi r squared h අන්න එහෙම මතක තියාගන්න sphere area is 4 phi r square volume is 4 divided by 3 phi r cube ඔච්චරයි වෙන මොකුත් මතක තියාගන්න දෙයක් නැහැ හරි ඔච්චරයි මතක තියාගන්න තියෙන්නේ හරි මුළු සබ්ජෙක්ට් එකට OM පිට අහන්නේ නැහැ ඊට ප්‍රිස්මයක් වගේ එකක් දුන්නොත් එහෙම ඒකත් රෙගියුලර් ෂේප් එකක් ආයිත් මොකද්ද මේ ක්‍රොස් සෙක්ෂන් එක හොයා ගන්නවා ඒ රෙගියුලර් ෂේප් එක කොච්චර දුරක් ගිහිලාද මේක වර්ගඵලය වැඩි කිරීම නිසා එයත් රෙගියුලර් ෂේප් එකක් මෙන්න රෙගියුලර් නැති ෂේප් එක ඕගොල්ලන්ගේ සිලබස් එකේ තියෙන හරි ඊළඟ පිරමීඩය ඕනනම් පිරමීඩය නම් අහලම නැහැ පිරමීඩය එයත් රෙගියුලර් නැති ෂේප් එකක් නේ ක්‍රොස් සෙක්ෂන් ඉන්නේ නැහැ මේ දෙන තමයි රෙගියුලර් නැති දෙන්න අනිත් ඔක්කොමල රෙගියුලර් මෙයත් රෙගියුලර් නැහැ හැබැයි මොකද දෙයක් කැපුවම ඉන්නේ එක සයිස් එක හැබැයි ඒකම වෙන මතක තියන්න 4 phi r squared 4 divided by 3 phi r cube ඔයාලට එන්න පුළුවන් ක්වෙස්චන් මොනවද කියලා මතක තියාගන්න ඊළඟට ඔයාලට එන්න පුළුවන් මොනවද වතුර භාජන වලට බස්සනේවා ඉන්න පුළුවන් ඊළඟට මේක උණු කරලා අරගෙන මේක හැදුවයි කියන. ඒතර වොලියුම් සමාන කරනවා. ඔයාලට මොකද යන සර්ෆස් ඒරියා සහන පාත්‍ර වගේ ඒවායි. ඒවත් දැනගෙන යන්න ඕන. හරි එක්සැමිනර් හැරෙන්නේ කොහොමද කියලා ඔයා දැනගන්න ඕන. හරි මේක දෙන්නේ මට මේ જાතිය ගණන් මේ જાතිය ගණන් මේ જાතිය ගණන්. නැත්තම් ප්‍රශ්න පාස් පේපර්ස් කරලා අවුරුදු 5ක් විතර. නමුත් මේ වර්ගයේ ගණන් එන්නේ කියලා ඔළුවේ නැහැ. හරි මොනවාද එන්න පුළුවන් වර්ග ගණන් ටික වතුරට මොන හරි බෝලයක් එකෙන් බස්සනේවා එන්න පුළුවන්. මේක උණු කරලා මේකේ වොලියුම් එක මේක හැදුවයි කියන්න පුළුවන්. මේකෙන් බෝල කීයක් හදන්න පුළුවන්ද? හරි ඒතකොට අර වොලියුම් එකෙන් බෙදලා බලන්න. එහෙම නැත්නම් මේක සර්ෆස් ඒරියාස් හොයන්න කියන්න පුළුවන් නේද? හරි මේ ඇතුලේ පිටයි ඔක්කොම බ්‍රිම් එකයි ඔක්කොම. ඔන්නෝගේ වර්ග ටිකක් තියෙනවා නේ. හරි then the trigonometry එමේ කරලි ඉවරලා මේ ඔක්කොම එකට පෙන්නන්නේ මේක ඇති දෙයක් නැහැ කියලා ඇති බම්බුවක් නැහැ කියලා හරි ඔළුවක් තියෙනවා නම් trigonometry so first you must know why we have trigonometry දැන් කී දිනෙට කට තියනවද කියන්නේ why we have trigonometry why do we have a subject called trigonometry there are two main reasons the basic reasons what are those two basic reasons say this is a rectangular triangle if I know the two sides length of two sides say hypotenuse this is theta this is say hypotenuse this is opposite this is adjacent or base කියලා කියනවා නේ. ඔයා මේ දෙන්නෙක් දන්නවා නම් මේ දෙන්නෙක් දන්නවා නම් තුන්වෙනි හොයාගන්න පයිතගස් ප්‍රමේය තියෙනවානේ. තුන්වෙනි හොයාගන්න නෙමෙයි ත්‍රිකෝණමිතිය තියෙන්නේ. දෙන්නෙක් දන්නවා. When you know the any two sides, you can find these angles using trigonometry. If you know this and this one, or this one and this one, or this one and this one, now you can find the angles. That is the usage number 1. What is usage number 2? If you know one of these sides, H, O, A, if this is theta. If you know at least one of these sides, say this one and one angle, now you can find the other sides. That is usage number 2. That is usage number 2. Right? If you know the two sides, you can find the angles. If you know one side and angle, you can find other sides, length of the other side. Those are the two usage. Of course, if you know the two sides, you can find the other side's length using Pythagoras theorem. That is a different theorem. Okay. O squared plus A squared equal H squared. That's it. Then you are another trigonometric anupada ටිකක්. So what are the trigonometric ratios? The three basic ratios are the sin theta, cos theta, and tan theta. Say if this is my theta, this is my hypotenuse, this is my opposite, and this is my adjacent or base. So sin theta is O divided by H, cos theta is A divided by H, tan theta is O divided by A. That's all. So then you must know that there are three more. That is 1 over sin theta, cosec theta, H divided by O, sec theta, H divided by A, cot theta, A divided by O. So therefore we know that cosec theta is 1 over sin theta, sec theta is 1 over cos theta, cot theta is 1 over tan theta. දැන් මේ කතන්දරයක් මේක ඔළුවට එන්න ඕන චිත්‍රපටිය වගේ. Right? So therefore now you know that cosec theta is 1 over sin theta, sec theta is 1 over cos theta, cot theta is 1 over tan theta. ඔන්න දැන් ඔය ටික ටික සම්බන්ධ දාලා ගන්න. හරි. ඊළඟට දැනගෙන ඉන්න ඕන මොනවාද? විශේෂ සම්බන්ධතා තුනක් තියෙනවා. sin squared theta plus cos squared theta equal 1. 1 plus tan squared theta sec squared theta. දැන් ඔයගොල්ලන්ගේ ඔළුව අපිට වැඩිය තියෙනවද නේද? අපිට දැන් අවුරුදු 50කට ළඟයි. ඔයගොල්ලන්ගේ තාම නියුරෝන හොඳට වැඩ කරනවද නේද? මැරලත් දන්නේ නැහැ. පාවිච්චි කරන්නේ නැතුණු මැරෙන්න හැබැයි ආ. හරි සමහරුන්ගේ ලංකාවේ බෞද්ධරයේ නියුරෝන මැරිලා. හරි පාවිච්චි කරලා නෝ නෙමෙයි මා හරක් ඊට වැඩිය නියුරෝන වැඩ කරන හරක්ගේ. හරි. මෙහි ඉන්න යොන් කරන වැඩ දිහා බලුවා. 1 plus cot squared theta equal cosec squared theta. ඔන්න සම්බන්ධ තුන. මට ඕනලාක මේ තුනම ඔප්පු කරලා දෙන්න පුළුවන්. මේ තුන ඔප්පු කරන්නේ කොහොමද? ත්‍රිකෝණයක් අරගෙන අර තුනෙන් සැරින් සැරේ තුනෙන් බෙදනවා. Right, say h squared. So this is h, this is say my theta, this is my opposite, this is my adjacent, and I know that h squared equal o squared plus a squared. දැන් මේ ඔප්පු කරන එක දැනගන්න එකෙන් තියෙන වාසිය තමයි මේවා ගැන තියෙන confidence එක වැඩි කරනවා. හරි. යමක් දන්නවා කියන්නේ ඔයගේ confidence එක වැඩි. යමක් නොදන්නවා කියන්නේ ඔයා අසරණයි. හරි. ඒක ඔප්පු කරන විදියක් දන්නවා කියන්නේ ඔයා මාරම confidence. හරි මාරම confidence. මේ confidence එකනේ මේ ගේම ගහන්නේ නේද? අසරණයෝ වෙන්න කොන්නේ නැහැ අපි. Right. So now using the Pythagoras theorem you know that h squared equal o squared plus a squared. ඔයා t එකක් දා ගන්න ඕන මොකක්ද? t එකට අනුව තමයි අපි කියන්නේ adjacent opposite කියලා. ආ දැන් මේක h වර්ගයෙන් බෙදුවොත් එහෙම මට සමීකරණයක් බෙදාගෙන යන්න පුළුවන්. අපිට එනවා පළවෙනි සමීකරණය. So h squared divided by h squared is 1. o divided by h කියන්නේ මොකද්ද? sin theta. a divided by h කියන්නේ cos theta. ඔන්න පළවෙනි එක. sin squared theta plus cos squared theta is 1. ඊළඟට මේකම අරගෙන h squared equal o squared plus a squared කියන එක අරගෙනවා බෙදන්න a වර්ගයෙන්. එතකොට එනවා h බෙදීමේ කියන්නේ මොකද්ද? cos කියන්නේ a බෙදීමේ h බෙදීමේ කියන්නේ sec. o බෙදීමේ කියන්නේ tan ඔන්න එක දන tan වර්ගයට ඊට sec වර්ගයට ඊට කියලා. ඊළඟ එකේ ඉන්න ඕන කොහමද? ඒ O වර්ගයෙන් බෙදුවා වෙන අනිත් එක. ඔන්න එන්නේ විදිය. හරි තව මොනවද දැනගෙන ඉන්න ත්‍රිකෝණමිතිය ගැන. මොකද ප්‍රධාන ත්‍රිකෝණමිතික අනුපාත ටික අනිත් තුන් දෙනා ඇයි අනිත් තුන් දෙනා ඉන්නේ කියලා දැනගෙන ඉන්නවනම් මේ තුන් දෙනාගෙන් තමයි ගේව ගන්න යා. මේ තුන් දෙනා ඉන්නේ සපෝට් එකට, සයිඩ් සපෝට් එකට. හරි සයිඩ් සපෝට් එකට ඉන්නේ. ඇයි කියලා දැනගෙන ඉන්නවනම් ඇයි මේ තුන් දෙනා ඉන්නේ? ඔව් මේ තුන් දෙනා ඉන්න අතර මේ ලස්සන මේවා ලියන්න ඕනේ. නැත්නම් ලියන්නේ එක දන්න එකයට tan වර්ගයට ඊට සමාන එකයට sin වර්ගයට ඊට කියන්නේ. එහෙම ලියන්න ඕනේ නැහැ. දැන් ලස්සනට කෙටියෙන් ලියන්න පුළුවන්. නේද? ඊට පස්සේ ත්‍රිකෝණ අවකලන අනුකලන එහෙම කරාම හරි. ඔයාලට නැත්තම් කියනවා d/dx tan theta අපි කියන්නේ sec වර්ගයට ඊට. එහෙම නැත්තම් මේ කියන්නේ එකයට cos වර්ගයට ඊට. ඉතින් අර මෙහෙම තව තුන්දෙනෙ නම් දාගත්තම අපිට කෙටියෙන් ලියන්න පුළුවන්. මේක tan theta අවකලනය කරාම sec වර්ගයට ඊට කියලා ලියාගන්න මතක තියාගන්න ලේසි. හරි. ඒ අනාගතයේ ආයෝජනයක් විදිහට තමයි අලුත් තුන්දෙනෙක් දාගත්තේ. නැත්නම් මේ තුන්දෙනෙක් ඇත්තටම ඕනේ නැහැ නැත්තම්. මේ තුන්දෙනෙක් ඇත්තටම ඕනේ නැහැ. හරි. නමුත් ඒ තුන්දෙනා දාගත්තට පස්සේ අපිට අර එකයට sin කිය ඉන්න ඕනේ නැහැ. අපිට කියන්න පුළුවන් cos එක කියලා. එකයට cos කියන එකට අපිට කියන්න පුළුවන් sec කියලා නේද? එකයට tan මේවා cot කියන්න පුළුවන්. අන්න ඒක තමයි ඒ තුන්දෙනා දාගත්තේ. හරි. නැත්නම් මේ අපිට මේ මානසික වාදයක් කරන්නවත් ඔයගලන්ට රැක් කරන්නවත් නෙමෙයි. හරි. හරිද? තව මොනවද දැනගන්න ත්‍රිකෝණමිතිය සම. තව පොඩ්ඩක් දැනගන්න ඉන්නවා. තව මොනවද දැනගන්න ඉන්නවා? well known angles වල sin cos tan value දැනගන්න ඉන්නවා. මොනවද well known angles ටික? මොකද දැන් මේ භාගෙට ලියලා අතයට දාලා යන්න බෑ. ඒ ඇති ඔක්කොම ඉගෙන ගත්තොත් ඔක්කොම මතක තියුණොත් මට වස්වදී නේද? හරි. මේක මම ඔක්කොම ලියන්න හොඳ නෑ අද. චුට්ටක් ඉතුරු කරන්න ඕනේ. මිනිස්සු මට ඉරිසියා කරයි. මිනිස්සු මට මොනවාද එහෙම මිනිසුන්ට කරන්න පුළුවන් නම් එහෙම ලංකාවේ මිනිස්සු තරම් දියුණු જાතියක් තවත් නැහැ නේ. හරි. ඒ වගේ ගොන් වැඩ කරන්න පුළුවන්. හරි. මිරිස් සම්බරන්න පුළුවන් නම්. ගොන් 70. Right. So then you must know the sin value, cos value and tan value of 0, 30, 45, 60 and 90. හායි මතක තියාගන්න මොකද sin විතරයි. Sin 0 is 0, sin 30 is half, sin 45 is 1 over root 2, root 3 divided by 2, sin 9 is 1. ඔච්චරයි මතක තියාගන්න. ඇයි cos theta කියන්නේ reverse. 1 root 3 divided by 2, 1 over root 2, half 0. And tan theta is sin theta divided by cos theta. 0 divided by 1, 0. Half divided by 1 root 3 over 2 is 1 over root 3. This is same thing is divided by 1. This is root 3. Number divided by 0 is infinity. අපි infinity ගැන කතා කරනවා sequence and series කරද්දී. ඒකන්ද බය වෙන්න එපා. එක බෙදීම් බිඳුව අනන්තය කියලා අපි දන්නවා. ඔය ටිකක් දැනගෙන ඉන්නවා. තවත් එකක් දැනගෙන ඉන්න. එතකොට වැඩේ ඉවරටම ඉවරයි. ඉවර කළා තමයි යන්නේ. අතරමඟ දාලා යන්නේ නැහැ. හරි. තව මොනවද දැනගෙන ඉන්නවා. So ඔයාලට sin cos tan බිඳුව 30 45 විතරනේ වාට එනවා. මොකද 120 270 නේද? 330 හොයන්න එනවා. එහෙම කරන්න නම් අපිට තියෙන පොඩි සම්බන්ධයක් මොනවාද? sin එක වැඩ කරද්දී 90 180යි 360යි වැඩ කරන්න පුළුවන්. right sin 5 නැත්නම් 180 ධන හෝ ඍණ θ කියන්නේ මොකද්ද? sin θම තමයි. cos 180 plus or minus theta is again cos theta. Tan 180 plus or minus theta is tan theta. මේක 180 වෙනුත් 300ට දාන්නත් පුළුවන් 300ට කියලා 180 or 360 or 360. So then sin is sin, cos is cos, tan is tan. But there's a sin. Sin එක හොයාගන්න ඕනේ. sin එක හොයාගන්න කොහොමද? ඒකට මම දුන්න පොඩි බගුවක්. all sin tan cos එච්චරයි. If it is here, obviously sin is positive, cos and tan must be negative. Here tan is positive, sin and cos is negative. Cos is positive, sin and tan is negative. Obviously here all are positive. Right? උදාහරණයක් විදිහට කිව්වොත් එහෙම කවුරු හරි හොයලා දෙන්න කියලා. දැන් තකල උදාහරණයක් මතක් වෙනවා. මෙහෙම මේක කඩන කළා දැන් නෑ උදාහරණයක් මතක නැත්තම්. Someone will ask you find sin 150. then අපි දන්නවා sin 150 ලියන්න පුළුවන් sin 180 minus 30. 180 minus 30 is what? 150. So now you can sin 180 minus theta is sin theta. So therefore you can write it as sin 30. Sin 30 is half, but you have to write the sign. Now 150 is somewhere here. 90, 180, 150 is here. So here sign is positive. Therefore this is plus half. Right? But එහෙම නැතු cos 150 හොයන්න කිව්වනම් නැත්නම් cos 240 හොයන්න කිව්වනම් අපි බලමු cos 240 yeah cos 240 so cos 240 is මම 180ත් එක්ක වැඩ කරනවා 180 plus 60 cos 180 plus theta is cos theta මේ theta ගේ 90ට අඩු වෙන්න ඕනේ බෑ 90යි බිංදුව අතර සුළු කෝණයක් වෙනවා හරි 60 ගෙන් 90යි බිංදුව අතර කෝණයක් එහෙනම් මට මේක ලියන්න පුළුවන් කොහොමද cos 60යි cos 180 plus theta is cos theta and now we have to look for the sign all sin tan cos so 240 දින කොහෙද 180ට 60ක් එකතු කරනවා කියන්නේ 180 මෙතන 60ක් එකතු කරනවා කියන්නේ මෙන්න මේ පැත්තේ. මේ පැත්තේ tan විතරයි දාන්න. tan දාන්න. නමුත් 10 දින cos එකක්. එහෙනම් මෙයා රින cos 60යි. cos 60 කියන්නේ භාගයයි. cos 60 කියන්නේ sin 30ට. sin 30 භාගයයි. එහෙනම් cos 60 භාගයයි. එහෙනම් රින භාගයයි. ඔන්න එහෙම. මේව nothing. මේව බෑයි කියනවා නම් ඔයාලට මානසික අවුල තියෙනවා වගේ ඔයාගේ මනසේ මේ ඔයා කැමති පරාජය වෙන්න. ඔයා කැමති යන්තම් මොන හරි කරගන්න. හරි එහෙම මිනිස්සු ඉන්නවා. පොඩි කාලේ ඉඳලා එහෙම ලොකු දේවල් ඔළුවට දීලා නැහැ ඒගොල්ලන්ට. ඒගොල්ලන්ට දීලා තියෙන්නේ පොඩි දේවල්. යැපුම් මානසිකත්වය. පොඩි කාලේ අම්මලා පස්සෙන් ගිහිලා කවලා. හරි බය කළා බිල්ල එනවා කියලා. නේද? ඉතින් බයෙන් ඉන්නේ. එහෙම බෑ. එහෙම බෑ. හරි. right ඊළඟට වඩ පුළුවන් තව සෙල්ලම් කරන්න විදියක් තියෙනවා. මේකෙන් වඩ ඔක්කොම සෙල්ලම් ටික කරන්න පුළුවන් ඇත්තටම. නමුත් පොඩ්ඩක් දැනුමටත් එක්ක දැන ගන්නවා. තව මොනවාද? 90න් 270 සෙල්ලම් කරන්න පුළුවන්. 90න් 270 180න් 360. ඔන්න අනිත් එක තමයි 90න් 270. එතකොට sin cos වෙනවා cos sin වෙනවා tan cot වෙනවා නේද? මතකද? sin 90 plus or minus theta is cos theta. Cos 90 plus or minus theta is sin theta and tan 90 plus or minus theta is cot theta. මේ 90ට අමතර වෙන්න පුළුවන් මොකද්ද 270 හරි ඔන්න අනිත් විදිය ආයිත් මේ sin එක හොයන්න කොහමද all sin tan cos කියන එකෙන් ආයෙ හොයන්න ඕන හරි අද මේ විදිහට හොයලා බලන්න මේ cos 240 මේ විදිහට cos 250 so cos 240 දැන් මට පුළුවන් 270 සෙල්ලම් කරන්න right so therefore I will write it as cos 270 minus 30 270 minus 30 is what 240 then cos 270 minus 30 is sin 30 and what is sin 30 sin 30 is half but now you have to look at the sign 240 තියෙන මේ හරිය tan විතරයි දාන්න එහෙනම් මේක දින භාගයයි ඊට භාගයයි කියන්නේ මේව ගණන්ද මේව ගැන සුසුම් හෙලෙල ඉන්නවද දන්නවනම් right so that's it about trigonometry nothing else ඔයාර වෙන මොකුත් ඕනේ නැහැ trigonometry කරන්න හරි nothing else ඕෙන් පිට පුළුවන් නම් පෙන්නන්න මට ගණන් දීලා තියෙනවා කියලා ඔයාගේ BIT ඉතිහාසයේ papers වල right now we are done with this one also done කියන්නේ done නායි ඉතුරු කළා එහෙම කෑලි අමුණලා ඉතුරු කළා යවන්නේ නැහැ අපි මේ කොලයක් කරන් ලියන්න පුළුවන්ද ඕගොල්ලන්ට හරි ඒ කන්ෆිඩන්ස් එක එන්න ඕන මේක ඕගොල්ලන්ට අපිට වැඩි තරුණ කට්ටියනේ right so that is trigonometry measurements then we have the sequence and series sequence and series ගැන මොනවද දැනගන්න ඕනේ ඒක චුට්ටයි නේ තියෙන්නේ ඒක චුට්ටයි තියෙන්නේ ඒක තමයි පොඩි ටොපික් එක ඔයාලගේ තියෙන. First you must know what is the sequence, what is the series. Right, ඒ දෙකේ ගණන් ඉන්නේ අගහරියනේ නේද? ඒ දෙක ගණන් ඉන්නේ පස්සේ paper එකේ අගහරිය. හරි. So we are going to take a break. After the break now we are going to start the paper. ඔය sequence and series සහ modular arithmetic ගණන් ටික අද කරන්නේ නැහැ අපි. අනිත් ගණන් ටික තමයි කරන්නේ අද. හරි. Sequence and series modular arithmetic ඊළඟ. Right, so let's start the 2020 paper. I hope you have done it already, but let's discuss some background etc. Okay, right, so the first one, the positive solution of the quadratic equation x squared minus x minus 1 to two significant figures. Okay, so that means definitely it is not going to simplify, so I will keep that and go. හරි මේ පස්සේ කරමු. पेपर එකක් කරද්දි මේ පටන් ගන්නෙද්දිම මේ ඔළුව අවුල් වෙන කම්මැලි ගණන් හදන්න එපා. අපි නිකන් ජොලි ගණන් ටික හදලා මේවට එමු. මේකට එමු පේනවා මේකට. පටන් ගත්ත ගමන් මේවයි කම්මැලි ගණන් හදන්නේ නැහැ. හරි දෙවෙනි එක. මාක් කරලා තියාගමු. ඔන්න හදන්න තියෙන ටික. पेपर එකක් කරන විදිහටම තමයි මම මේ කරන්නේ. පැය पेपर එකට තියෙන්නේ. හොඳට මතක 1 hour paper කරන්න තියෙනවා අපිට පස්සේ කරමු. right, නැත්තම් දවස් මූසල වෙලා යනවා මේක ඇදුවොත් එහෙම. right, x plus 1 over x minus 1 over x is equivalent to එක කර මේක ඒකට අග්ගල සුළු වෙන එක. ඕ මගේ මාකර් එක. Right, so let's simplify this, it's easier. X plus 1 over, so if you take x as the common denominator, x squared minus 1, x squared, x, because you have to multiply x, if you divide, if you take x, here also x, here also x squared minus 1 divided by x. Now I can take that x out, x upper side, so that is x plus x divided by x squared minus 1. Okay, then of course x squared minus 1 I can take it as a common denominator, x squared minus 1, so then I have to multiply this by this, that is x times x squared minus 1, which is x cube plus x, then we have another plus x, so that is x cube plus 2x divided by x squared minus 1. Okay, do we have that question answer? X cube plus 2x divided by, this is answer, but multiple answers can be possible, so therefore we have to check the, see whether only one answer or multiple answers to get clear thing. Now, okay, one or more correct answers, right? Choice with one or more correct answers, that means more answers can be correct as well, so therefore we have double check. Okay, x squared minus 1, so if this is correct, this can't be correct, this is minus 2x, so therefore plus 2x cannot, minus 2x are bad. X squared, x cube minus 1, if you take x out, but again you can't have x cube, right? No, so it can't be the case.
1x is minus.
Sorry?
1x is minus x squared plus x minus x.
No, I didn't get it. What is this one?
Second line. No.
This one.
No.
This
No.
one.
No.
Then which line? This one.
Yeah.
X cube. Sorry, x squared minus 1. Correct. Sorry, minus x, right? Yes, minus 6. Sorry. Then the minus x plus 6 get cancelled out. Sorry, that means x cube divided by x squared minus 1, right? So that means this one, right? So therefore this can't be the answer. This, because this is I can factorize as x plus 1, x minus 1. Yeah, so none of the others can be answers. Yeah, so the answer is D. Answer is D. Two answer is D. D. Okay. Right. So let's move on to the third one. Right. GCD of 14 and 91. I know how to find GCD. That is the simple way. First you have to prime factorize until you get the prime factors. Euclidean algorithm also we can use, but let's use the simple one because these are very small numbers. Okay. So 14 is 2 into 7 and that's it. Both are prime numbers. Okay. So then 91. 91, is it a prime number? Prime number. 2 වලින් බෙදෙන්නේ නැහැ, 3 වලින් බෙදෙන්නේ නැහැ, 4 5 6 7. Yes, right? Prime number, right? Prime number නේද? 91 3 බෙදෙන්නේ නැහැ. It is not divisible by 3, it is not divisible by 4 5 6 7 8. It is divisible by 7, right? Divisible by 7. So that is 1. 21 is 3. 13 into 7. Right? 13 into 7. Yes, it's not a prime number. So therefore now I have the prime factors. Right? So how to find the GCD, greatest common divisor? You have to take only if common, then you have to take the smaller index. So this is not common, therefore I am not going to take 2. This is not common, I am not going to take. But 7 is common, and the highest lowest power we want to take anyway, it's 1. So the final answer is 7. So the greatest common divisor is 7, because 14 is divisible by 7 and 91 is divisible by 7. There are no other bigger number than 7 which divides both 14 and 91. So the answer is C. Okay. චුට්ට බලන්න ඕනේ ඉතින් කල්පනා වෙනද එකපාරට මම ඉතින් ප්‍රයිම් කියලා බලන්න පස්සේ හවුනා මේක හතෙන් බෙදනවා කියන්නේ. Right. So third one answer must be C. Okay. So first you have to find the prime factors. Then if they are common only you have to take. When they are common also you have to take the lower index. In this case, anyway it's all 1. Okay. So the answer is 7. Right. Fourth one. Log 10, log 2 8, log 4 16. Okay. Right. So let's do it. Now it's very easy. Log 2 8, because I had to write 8 as a power of 2. Right. Log 10 log 2 8 is 2 to the power 3 minus, these are two different bases. Now 16 can I write as a power of 4? Yes. Log 4 16 I can write it as 4 to the power 2. So therefore now I can simplify easily. Log 10, so this is log 2 2 to the power 3 means 3. Log 4 4 to the power 2 means 2. 3 minus 2 is 1. Log 10 1. So 1 means 10 to the power 0. So therefore this value is what? 0. Because we know that log 10 1 is 0. For any base log a 1 is 0. So therefore answer is 0. Fourth one answer is CA. Right? Fifth one. That is a proportional ratios, right? speed question. Now give speed question and okay. Two cars A and B which are 100 kilometers apart, right? Which are originally 100 kilometers apart, A and B. Always draw something 100 kilometers apart. Move towards each other on a straight road. A moves at towards 50 kilometers per hour. B at 100 kilometers per hour. Always draw kilometers per hour. And this is 100 kilometers. If B start moving 1 hour after A, then the distance moved by A when they meet is, okay. So that means A has B starts moving 1 hour after A. So that means first you have to calculate how long A has traveled in that 1 hour. B starts moving 1 hour after A. A started 1 hour. A has already traveled for 1 hour now. During 1 hour, he has traveled how long? 50 meters, because it's 50 kilometers per hour, right? 50 kilometers per hour. So therefore, he has already in the middle during 1 hour. After 1 hour, A is now here going at 50 kilometers per hour, right? Right. Then the question is, if B starts moving 1 hour after A, then the distance moved by A when they meet. Now, the distance moved by A when they meet. Now, how do you do that? Now, let's take, now we know that only 50 kilometers are apart. Now, only 1 hour has elapsed and A has already moved 50 kilometers, okay? Now, if I can find the rest of the stuff, I can just add 50 to that, okay? So let's assume that they meet somewhere here. My question and assume this is x, then this is 50 minus x, right? 50 minus x. Or let's say they meet after t time. Ready. Say they after t hours they meet. So during that t hours, how much this guy has traveled? SC is ut, right? So distance is speed into t. 50 into t, because he's traveling as 50 kilometers per hour. 50 into t plus this guy has traveled 100 into t. 100 into t. That is the distance is now coming in how? Kilometers, okay? And if you add those two together, it must be 50 kilometers, because already this guy has traveled 50 kilometers. Now only 50 kilometers apart. So this is 50 kilometers. Now I can find t. 150 t is 50. So that means t is 1/3 hours. හරි ඒ කියන්නේ 3 කියන්නේ පැය විනාඩි 63 කියන්නේ කීයද? That is 20 minutes, okay? Right. So what we need is the total distance A has traveled, right? Then the distance moved by A when they meet. Now already he has traveled 50. Now he has traveled how long? How much? 50t. This guy 100t. So therefore now we have found the t as 1/3. So therefore total distance traveled by A is 50 plus 50 into t we have now found 1/3. Right, you can see divided by 3 everywhere. So now I can say, if I take 3 as the common denominator, 50 into 3 plus 50 is 4 times 50. 4 times 50 is 200 divided by 3 kilometers, because we are working with kilometers and hours. The answer is 200 divided by 3. Answer is B. So therefore it can't be this, it can't be this, it can't be this, it can't be this. No, none of those. Answer is B. I always double check whether anything else can be the answer. So 5 answer is B. If I make a mistake, just let me know. Yes, B. Okay. I hope you get it, right? So that is all about your thinking, your logical thinking, your understanding about the space, speed, time, right? So that is a general skills that we expect from you. Again, I will explain it very briefly. So they are originally 100 kilometers apart. B has started moving for 1 hour. So B is moving at 50 kilometers per hour. Therefore, in 1 hour, he has already traveled 50. Therefore, I know that now A is in the right in the middle, right? When B starts. So then I took that they meet after t time, t hours. So therefore, the distance A has traveled is 50 into t. The distance B has traveled is 100 into t. If I add them together, it must be 50 kilometers. So then I found t. Then of course, the total distance A has traveled is 50 plus 50t, because S equal ut. Now we know the u and t, speed and the time, that is this, and the total is 200 divided by 3. Okay, right. So the answer is B. 6. Right, it's all about common sense, logical thinking, common sense, and those formulas. And here there's no formula basically. Yeah, the basic formula is speed is if you are going at a constant speed is distance divided by time. ඒක දැනගන්න ඕන. වේගය කියන්නේ දුර බෙදීම කාලය කියන එක. ඒක ආකාර වේගයෙන් යනවා නම්. හරි. Then it's all about proportions and logic. Right, what about this? හරි, අපි දන්න සමීකරණ 20ද්දී ලඝු සමාන කරන්න පුළුවන් නේද? දාර්ශනික තියුණොත් එම් if the bases are the same, you can say the indices must be same. If indices are the same, you can say bases must be same. ඒව තමයි සමීකරණය 20ද්දී කරන සෙල්ලම් ටික නේද? ඒ සෙල්ලම් ටික ඔයගොල්ලෝ දන්නවනේ. Right, so look at this. 8 to the power x minus 1 into 2 to the power 4x minus 11 equal 4 to the power 7. Right, so I can play with this if I have the same base. Now this is 4, this is 2, this is 8. So I just want to put it into one particular base. Then I can say when bases are the same in the both side, indices must be same, and I'm done. So always you must have a strategy. If it is a small question, you must have tactic. Then you implement that tactic until you get the answer. එහෙම නැතුව නිකන් අඳුර යතපත ගන්න බෑ. හරි. ඔයා දන්නවා සමීකරණ විසඳනකොට තියෙන පොඩි ටැක්ටික් තියෙනවා. දෙපැත්තේ ලඝු ගන්නවා නේද? දාර්ශනික සමාන කරනවා, පාද සමාන කරනවා නේද? ඒ වගේ පොඩි මේ substitute එකක් දානවා. Sometimes you want to do small substitute. So those are the techniques. Right, so I am going to write this as a power of 2 because 2 is the smallest guy. Okay, so 8 I can write it as 2 to the power 3. 2 to the power 8 is 2 to the power 2. I am not getting this. 2 to the power 3 to the power x minus 1 into, this is anyway 2 to the power 4x minus 11 equal this one 2 to the power 2 to the power 7. Now this I can write it as 3x minus 2 to the power 3x minus 3 into 2 to the power 4x minus 1 equal 2 to the power බල දෙකක්. මේක සමීකරණ දැන් චුට්ටක් ගන්න ලිව්වා පටන් ගන්න ඉතින් මේක වැඩි කරන්න පුළුවන් 14. Now this is same indices. I can add මතකද ලිව්වා චුට්ටක් කරේ පටන් ගන්න ඉතින්. When the indices bases are the same, when you are multiplying, you have to add the indices. 2 to the power 3x plus 4x is 7x. Minus 3 minus 1 is minus 4 is 2 to the power 14. Now when the bases are the same, indices must be the same. So therefore I get 7x minus 4 is 14. That is 7x equal 10. වරද්දලා තියෙනවා කොහේ හරි. කොහෙද වැරද්දේ? Can anyone tell me where I made a mistake? Because my answer is x is 10 divided by 7. That can't be the case. කොහෙද වැරද්දේ? Yeah. Yes.
So 2 to the power x minus 11. 4x minus 11.
Which, this one? This one?
Yes.
This one?
No.
This one? 2 to the
Yes,
power.
sir, plus 1. No. Upper one.
This one?
Yeah.
2 to the power. 2 to the power 8 is 2 to the power 3. 2 to the power 3x minus 3. Correct, right? 8 is 2 to the power 3.
Answer 2 to the power 4 x minus 11. You wrote that 4x minus 1.
This one?
Yeah.
4x minus 11. Sorry. 4x minus. That is a mistake. Okay, sorry. I have written it as 1. It's 11. Yeah. So then, thank you. 3x plus 4x is 7x. Minus 3 minus 11 is minus 15, right? Yeah, minus 15. Right, so 2 to the power 7x minus 15 is 2 to the power 14. Right, so that means 7x minus 50, sorry 14. So therefore 7x minus 15, I will delete this. 7x minus 15, 7x minus 15 must be 14. So therefore 7x is, this will go there, it will become 15.
So minus 14. Minus 14. 7x minus 14. Minus 3 and minus
This one?
11. Yeah, minus 3 and minus 11.
Minus 3 and minus 11 is, minus 14. Sorry, minus 14. So 7x minus 14 is 14. Okay, so therefore 7x is 28. Right, 28. So therefore x is 4. X is 4. So the answer is B. Right, answer is B. 6, answer is B. Yes, answer is B. Okay. Right, 7th. What kind of question is that? That is a discount question, right? Discount question. Then මම කියවනේ මේ question එනවා කියන්නේ නේද? syllabus එකේ තියෙනවානේ. Currently the price of pair of socks is rupees 250, while the price of the scarf, I don't know what is scarf is. මම ඇත්තටම මම දන්නේ මට ඒක අදාළ නැහැ. හරි? මම දන්නේ මොකක්ද කියලා. හරි? මම වැඩි ඇඳුම් මම දන්නේ shirt එකේ කලිසම විතරයි. t-shirt එකේ. ඊළඟට යට ඇඳුම් ඉවච්චරයි. Currently the price of the pair of socks is 250, while the price of scarf is 350. Hari, socks tinalu 250, whatever, scarf 350 rupees. The price of pair of socks is rises by 5%. මෙයා වැඩි කරාලු 5%. So therefore what is the new price? 5% of 250. 250 into 5%. That is 12.5. Okay, 12.5. Therefore the new price is 250 plus 12.5, 0.5 to 262.5. Okay, rises by 5%, whereas the price of the scarf drops by 10%. 10% drop. 350 into 10%. That is by 35 rupees. Right, 35 rupees. So therefore the new price is 350 minus 35. 350. 10%. 315. Then what is the change in the cost of customer who buys one pair of socks and one scarf? Okay, so previously his cost is 250 plus 350. Now his cost is this plus this, right? So what they ask is what is the change in the cost? change in the cost. Okay, so the change in the cost is here. Initially the total cost is I will delete this. If I make a mistake, just let me know. Previously the total cost is 0. 5 plus 5 is 10, that means 0 1 600. Now the cost is 0.5. 5 plus 2 is 7. 6 plus 1 is 7. 3 plus 2 is 577.5 or 577 and 50 rupees. Right, so what is the question? A total cost reduction by 3.75%. Okay, let's see whether it is 3.75% total cost. So the cost reduction is 577 600 minus 577. 600 minus, I will delete this. මේකත් පස්සේ කරන්න හොඳයි කියලා හිතනවා දැන් නම් නම්බරත් එක්ක සෙල්ලම් කරන්නේ. So that is 600 minus 577.5 is 0.5. 9 divided by 7 is 2. 9 divided by 7 is 22.5, right? So the total cost reduction is percentage is 22.5 divided by the original cost. That is cost reduction percentage. Original 600 into 100. Okay, so that is 6. 22.5 divided by 6 is what? 22.5 divided by 6. 42, 30, 3.75, right? So A is correct. A is correct. So the original cost is 600. The reduction is 22.5. So therefore cost reduction percentage is 22.5 divided by the original cost into 100. An increase of 2%, no. No change, no. Reduction of 5% of total cost, no. The total cost reduction is 22.5. That is correct, right? The total cost reduction is 22.5. Multiple answers are possible. And therefore, I will go for A and E. Okay. 7, I will go for A and E. Now, if you mark only A, you get only 0.5. Okay. So, you will get only 0.5. So, therefore, you have to mark A and E. Right. 8th one. Is it the same question? Or different question? No, different values, right? Mary bought item X and Y for rupees 200 and 225. So X, I always write something. 200, Y for 225. She sold X for 250. This one 250 and Y for 275. Both are having profit. Which of the following is true? Okay, now I have to calculate the profit percentage of X and Y, right? So the profit of X is 50, right? So the profit of Y is again 50. Okay, both have the profit of 50. Okay, so then profit percentage. So profit percentage here is profit divided by cost, which is 200 into 100. That is 25% profit. What about this? The profit percentage is profit, which is 50 divided by I will write it somewhere else, otherwise I can't see the answers. Profit is 50 divided by the cost 225 into 100. 25 to So 5, 10, 5, 45, 10, 5, 2, 5, 9. That is 200 divided by 9. 200 divided by 9. So what is the answers? Anyway, we have to calculate, right? 200 divided by 9 is how much? 200 divided by 9, 218, 18, 20.22.222, blah blah blah. Right. Percentage profit of y is less than the percentage profit of x. No, yes, right? Profit percentage is less than this one. Correct. Percentage profit of y is more than percentage profit of x. No, no. Both items given the same percentage profit. No. X gives 25% profit. 25% of the profit. Yes. The percentage profits are not comparable. No. Profits are not comparable. Profit percentage are comparable because profit percentage is profit per 100 cost. 100 unit cost. So this is a not. So the answer is A and D. 8 answer is A and D. A and D. Okay. Right. 9. A cylinder of radius 5 cm holds water to a height of 10 cm. මම කියන්නේ වතුර ප්‍රශ්න ඉන්න පුළුවන් කියලා නේද ඉතින්? මේක වතුර නෙමෙයි කියන්නේ පුරවන එක. ඔව් වතුර. Water pipe question. Cylinder of radius 5 cm holds water to, right? Let's draw the cylinder. Radius 5 cm. Always draw. Some students, they don't want to draw it, so they have a high chance of making mistakes, because as humans we like pictures. Our brain is really good in processing pictures. Cylinder of radius 5 cm holds water to height of 10 cm. So water is up to 10 cm. 10 cm. It's all in centimeters. The cylinder is emptied by pouring all the water into right circular conical vessel. Conical means cone, right? Right circular. Right circular means the straight cone, right? Straight cone. Conical means cone. You must be able to guess it. So it's a cone, right? Something like, we will draw somewhere else. Say something like this, and something like this, and it's a right circular comes to the center. Okay. All this water is poured into this one. Cylinder is emptied by pouring all the water into right circular conical vessel of radius 10. Here radius is 10. Then the height of the water in the conical vessel is, so that height, right? So water will fill up to some level. But this is your radius. Radius is already given, but what we need is this height. So therefore at that time the radius will be different. Okay. So that is interesting question actually. It looks like it's a tricky question, right? Again read it. A cylindrical cylinder of 5 cm. Okay. The cylinder is emptied by pouring all the water. Now anyway we want to find this volume, right? So what is this volume? Water volume? 5r squared h. 5, I don't want to substitute because here also we have the 5. R is 5. 5r squared h. This is the volume. This is the volume in cubic centimeter. Okay, cubic centimeter. This is also centimeter, therefore I don't mind because the units are compatible. Right, what about this one? Now this volume is poured into here. Cylindrical radius cylinder of the cylinder is emptied by pouring all the water into right circular conical vessel, conical cone of radius 10 centimeter, but radius must be somewhere here, right? Then the height of the water in the conical vessel will be, that is only question, right? How do you find that? So the volume of a cone is 1/3 of 5r squared. Is it this radius they have given? I think the question is not very clear. I think what they have given is this radius, right? I think what they are mentioning as radius 10 centimeter is this radius, because otherwise we can't do this. I think the question is not properly worded. I think what they mean by 10 centimeter is this water surface level, okay, not this level, okay. So otherwise I think we can't do this question, okay. So let's assume like this and see whether that answer is there. So this is 1/3 of 5r squared h, which is going to be this one, and I need this 5r squared h, and I assume that what they have given as 10 centimeter is this water levels radius, okay. So in that case 1/3 of 5 r is I will take this one as 10 now, not this one, because otherwise I can't do this. 1/3 of 5 r is 10 squared into h equal 5 into 5 squared into 10. 5 to 5 get cancelled, right? So here we have 110, right? So then I have h as, so this is 5 into 5, my h is 5 into 5 into 3 divided by 10, that is 15 divided by 2, which is 7.5, assuming that that radius is this water level, okay, because otherwise I don't know how to do this, right? Now assuming that radius is water levels radius, I get height as 7.5 centimeter, because this volume must be same as this volume, and I just took it the h. I just want to find this h, but I took this radius, what they are talking is the water levels radius, okay. So then I got 7.5. Let's double check if the answer is correct first. 9, whether it's A. Yes, so that means, by the way, this wording is not that good, so it should have been they should have mentioned either this radius is at the water level, or they should have mentioned that this conical vessel is fully filled and find the edge. So that should have been their proper wording. There are some issues with the wording, but I just did some assumptions to get the answer, and fortunately the answer is correct, okay. It is not my fortunate, actually the examiner's wording is really poor, okay, in this question, right? So this is, sorry?
Yeah, in that case of a scenario, so if we mark A, will we given mark, or if we didn't mark anything, or what will happen on that kind of scenario?
So this kind of scenario, usually the finally now this is what this is happened. The moment they publish the now you have the exams. So after the exams, say in the next week they will publish the answers in the BIT site. Always they do that, okay. BIT site they publish, and of course the VLE, right? BIT site they will put up the notice, but in the VLE they will publish the answer sheets for each and every paper that you face maybe 1 week ago, right? So then they will give you email addresses, right? They will give in that notice they provide for maths subject, this is the email address you have to send your feedback. For computer system this, then students have to send if they are not agree with the answer. Now for example, say you are not agree with this answer, right? So you have to send an email to the examiner. Examiner's email address is always given with that notice, saying that I don't agree with this answer, so therefore please consider giving all the answers as giving all the full marks for all the answers or whatever. So you don't have to worry, right? This is degree level, this is not grade 5, this is not grade 6, right? So you have to defend your marks, you have to fight for your marks. So then if it is a reasonable one, of course you have to inform them, otherwise sometimes they are not aware. right? So if it is a reasonable one, or they will mark it as correct answer, or they will give full marks to each and every answer. Okay, so that up to them, but at the same times usually if you can do this kind of assumption, it's always safe to mark the closest answer and come also, because it's up to the examiner, right? Examiner. So usually, especially the maths examiners are highly reasonable, but I never know. But in this case, then they should have mentioned it as all answers are correct or whatever. So that is why in some cases you have marks and marks after comments. So now if you go to now you have the access to the VLE, most of you, the university VLE, there you can see the past papers. There you have, sometimes they have two past answer sheets. The normal answer sheet, then you have answers after comments. So that is updated after examiner has updated the answer sheet after students request and their objections. Okay, so sometimes, yes, most of the time those things will be considered, but I never know. I don't know whether this is after comments or before comments answer sheet. Okay, if it is after comments answer sheet, so that means examiner has not considered that. Okay, or maybe no one has informed, right? No one has informed. So it's students' responsibility to inform, because when you're going for the exam, you have to fight for each and every mark. Okay, of course that facility is not there in your O-level, A-level, but in the degree level, especially in the BIT, they always do this. Okay, they always do this. Right, so 10th I am not going to do, because I didn't do that that small revision with about the modular arithmetic and the sequence series yet. So therefore we'll keep 10 and 11. So we want to do the 10 and 11. Right. Okay, so let's move on. 12. ABCD is a rhombus. Remember I told you parallelogram, rhombus we need to know. Now first we have to prepare, then you face the exam, right? So not other way around. You don't go to the examination hall and prepare. What is rhombus? What is blah blah? No, you prepare and go. ABCD is a rhombus. Rhombus means a special parallelogram where all sides have equal length. All sides are equal length, right? ABCD is rhombus of side 10 centimeter, whose diagonal is something like this. Remember we discussed diagonals when we were doing actually that is hypotenuse. So if a rectangle is, if you have a rectangular triangle, this is called, if this is theta, this is called hypotenuse, this is opposite, this is adjacent. Now when it comes to parallelogram or rectangle or whatever, these are called diagonals. Okay, and so that is also something you have to remember. Diagonals, whose diagonals are in the ratio of 1 to 2. So that means we have two diagonals. They are of 1 to 2. If one is x, other one is 2x. Okay, ratio 1 to 2. Then the smaller diagonal is of the length. So what they ask is the smaller diagonal. How do you do that? How do you do that? So let's draw it a little bit bigger. It's a rhombus. It has two diagonals. They are of the ratio 1 to 2. If this is x, this is 2x. Side is 10 centimeter. This is 10, this is 10, this is 10, this is 10. Okay. Smaller diagonal is of the length. How do you find that? That is rhombus, right? Rhombus. how do you find this? Can a rhombus has two? Sorry? Sorry? I didn't get it.
ඩයගනල් එකේ භාගයක් ගැන හිතුවොත් හරිනේ.
Diagonal එකේ භාගයක් මේ කොටස. මේ කොටස. හිතලා කොහොමද කරන්නේ අපි? This is 10 correct.
සර් ඩයගනල් එක ක්‍රොස් වෙන තැන
Oh.
ත්‍රිකෝණාශ්‍රයක් වෙනවනේ දර.
ත්‍රිකෝණාශ්‍රය වෙන්න ඕනද අනිවාර්යෙන්?
ඔව්.
ඇයි ඒ? ඇයි එහෙම වෙන්න ඕන? why?
රොම්බස් එකේ එහෙම වෙනවා සර්.
ඇයි කියලා අහන්නේ ඉතින්? ඇයි කියලා මතකද? රොම්බස් එක අනිවාර්යෙන් 90ක් වෙනවද? මට මතක නැහැ. 90ක් වෙනවද? රොම්බස් එකේ 90ක් වෙන්න ඕන කියලා මම මේ කල්පනා කරා.
පාද දෙකක අගයන් සමාන නිසා සමදී පාද කියලා අරගෙන 45 කියලා කොහොමද ගත්තා?
පාද දෙක සමාන වුණාම මේ කෝණ දෙක සමාන වෙන්න ඕන. මේ පාද දෙක සමානයි. මේ පාද දෙකත් සමානයි. මේ පාද දෙක සමාන වුණාම මේ කෝණ දෙක සමාන වෙන්න ඕන. When these two sides are equal, these two must also be the equal. So therefore these two must be the equal. තාම කොහොමද එන්නේ කියලා මම තාම හරියට එන්නේ නැහැ කොහොමද 90 එන්නේ කියලා නම්. And also this is same as this one, right? Now this is these two are the equal, therefore this right now I think I got it. Now these two are the same, so therefore if this is x, this is x. These two are the same, so therefore if it is y, this is y. And if you look at this parallel, so therefore x must be y. X must be y. So therefore I will say this is also x, this is also x. Okay. So then if this is x, this is x, correct? Now what about this? Say if it is, now these are all x. Now similarly if this is y, this is y, and also this is y, this is y. So therefore 2x plus 2y, sorry, this is 4x plus x is 4x plus 4y, 4x plus 4y equal 180 into what? 180 into n minus 2, right? 180 into 2, that is 360. So therefore x plus y must be 90. Right? X plus y must be 90. If x plus y is 90, this is 90. Now I got that x plus y must be 90. Therefore, when this one, because altogether 180, therefore this is 90. Okay. So this is 90 means this is 90. Again, this is 90. This is 90. Now okay. I bet make a right now right. So therefore now this is 10 centimeter. Rhombus side is 10 centimeter, 10 centimeter, 10 centimeter, 10 centimeter, right? So then what about, now this is 90 years, therefore this squared plus this squared must be 10. What else?
So now we can use the Pythagoras theorem, right?
Yes. Yes. How do you use it? Now this is 10, correct? This length is not same as this length, right?
Yeah, that is half x, right?
It says 1 to 2, right? 1 to 2. Yeah. So this, if this is x, this is 2x. So therefore, if this is x, this is, say this is the bigger side, this is 2x. Correct? Let's take the half side as x. Okay. So then x squared plus 2x squared is 4x squared equal 10. I just took x as this side, right? This length only, because this is twice. Then 5x squared equal 10. X squared equal 2, right? So therefore x is root 2. Now what they ask is, then the smaller diagonal is, smaller diagonal is 2x, 2 times x, because I just took this one as x. So therefore the smaller diagonal is 2 times root 2, right? 2 times root 2. So the answer is, again we don't have the answer there. Can you see there's a x squared plus 4x squared equal 10 squared, sorry, equal 10 squared. Okay, so therefore this is 100. So therefore x squared is 20. X is 20. X is, this is 4 into 5. 4 into 5. So therefore x is root 2 into root 5. Root 4 into root 5. Root 4 is 2 root 5. Right, 2 root 5. So what we need is the length of the smaller side. We just took this as x. Therefore the length of the smaller side is 2 root 5 into 2. That is 4 root 5. Answer is B. Okay. Answer is B. Any other answer possible? No, right? No. So answer is B. Okay. Answer is B. 12. Let's double check the answer. Yes. So that is a very challenging question. But if you know that, of course, that is not that challenging. That is, this is 90. මට නම් ඒක ඔළුවේ තියුන්නේ නැහැ අතන. හරි එකපාරට. Right? So now just remember it and go, right? If it is rhombus, these are 90. These are 90. Okay. So then they have given that this is 1 to 2. Therefore we took as x and 2x. Then apply the Pythagoras theorem. X squared plus 4x squared equal 10 squared. And then we found x as 2 root 5. So therefore the length of the shorter side is 2 root 5 into 2, which is 4 root 5. Of course, if you can remember that this is 90, it's easy. But if you don't remember it, I think it's almost near impossible question as well, because in the exam you will not get all these things into your mind. Okay. Actually, if I go to the exam, I will never do this question, because I forgot that fact that for rhombus it is 90. Okay. Right. So you better remember to go for rhombus it is 90. Okay. Anyway, you get this kind of question just to prevent you getting 100 out of 100. Right. So සාමාන්‍ය CNC දෙන්න කැමති නැහැ examiners ලා හොඳම කෙනෙක්ට අර ඒකන්ද ඒගොල්ලෝ ඔය වගේ ඉක්ුත් දෙනවා. මේක මතක කෙනෙක්ට ඒත් ගන්න පුළුවන්. ඕගොල්ලන්ට තාම මතකයි නේ අපිට වගේ නෙමෙයි නේද? ඕගොල්ලෝ ඕලෙවල් කරලා ළඟදී නේ. Right. So that is 12. Right. So let's move on to the 13th. Right. It's a trigonometry question. Right. If tan x equal k, right? So they just check whether you know what is sine, cos, tan, the connection between sine, cos and tan, etc. Okay. If tan x equal k, then sine squared x into cos squared x is equal to. When you get this kind of a thing, let's try to draw a triangle and see first. Okay. Sometimes it can be helpful rather than using equations. Okay. Say this is my x, tan x is this divided by this. Okay, this divided by this. It says k. So let's say this is k divided by 1. then tan x is k divided by 1, which is 1. Okay, right. So now remember, tan x is opposite divided by adjacent. So they say tan x is k, therefore I just took it as k divided by 1. Right? So then I can write this one as, using the Pythagoras theorem, square root of k squared plus 1, right? Because it's a rectangular triangle. Now what they ask is sine squared x into cos squared x, right? So what is sine x? Sine x is k divided by this. So therefore what we need is sine squared x. Sine squared x is k squared divided by square. When you square it, the square root get cancelled. K squared plus 1 into cos squared x. Cos x is adjacent divided by hypotenuse. Adjacent divided by hypotenuse. But what I need is cos squared x. Therefore 1 squared this is k, right? Yeah, cos, that is 1 squared, which is 1 divided by hypotenuse squared, then square root get cancelled, k squared plus 1. So what I need is sine squared x into cos squared x. So that is this into this. That is k squared divided by k squared plus 1 into 1 over k squared plus 1. So that is k squared divided by k squared plus 1, its square. Or we can write it as k divided by k squared plus 1, its full square. Or we can write k squared divided by k squared plus 1 square. So this one is our answer, right? This one, k squared divided by, no, this is not answer. This is not answer. This is not answer. This is not answer. Right, so I'm always double checking whether is there a possibility of getting this one from this one. Okay, I don't see. So the answer is for me A. Okay, right. So that is the easier one, right? Or else it's, of course you can go for the formulas, but you don't have to when you write something like this, draw something like this. I just use the concept that tan x is k, or k divided by 1. Then I calculate this because I know that then I can write the sin x, cos x, etc. using k. Okay. So you need a bit of practice unless you have done A level maths, right? So the practice එක තමයි දෙන්නේ. හරි. බය නැති කරලා දෙන්නේ වගේ ගානක් දුන්නා කොහොමද tackle කරන්න කියලා. So you, when you go to the maths exam, you must remember the concept, you must understand the concept. At the same time, you must have done sufficient amount of past paper questions and module questions. Right?
Recording in progress.
Okay, sorry, I got disconnected. I hope you can hear me again and see the screen. Right, so the 14th one. They ask you to find C. So they always give these kind of questions, right? So whenever you are given this kind of question, you want to get rid of these powers, right? Powers, because for a formula, you can do so many things. You can add the same amount, you can subtract the same amount, you can multiply it by same amount, you can divide by same amount, you can square it, or you can raise it to any power, you can take the log, right? So when you see this kind of question, the typical thing that those who are doing maths, they know, right? Maths කරන සාමාන්‍යයෙන් දැනන් ඉන්න ඕන දෙයක් තමයි මේවා එකක් දැක්කම මෙන්න මේ කැඩ තුන අයින් කරගන්න නම් make it to the third power. So then this will become n cube equal, so now 1 entire things third power. මේ හතරෙත් ගන්න ඕන. So then 4 to the power 3 into, when you cross multiply, because a to the power m to the power n is a to the power mn, so 1 over 3, 1 upon 3 into 3 is 1. So therefore that is just a plus c divided by 3. Right, now what I need is c. Let's see. So therefore I will divide n cube by 4 to the power 3. So therefore it is n cube divided by 4 to the power 3. Of course 4 to the power 3 is 4 into 4 into 4, that is 16 into 4. 64, I can see the answer 64 everywhere, not 4 to the power 3. So therefore I will take it as 64. N cube divided by 64 is a plus c divided by 3. What I need is c, so therefore I will take a other side. C divided by 3 is, you need lot of concentration and of course lot of patience at the same time. N cube divided by 64 minus a. Now I will take, now maybe I can multiply this by c3. 3 times n cube divided by 64 minus a, that is possible answer, or I can take the common denominator. 3 times n cube divided by 64 minus a, no, not a, not a cubic, it has to be a, so therefore this is not answer. 3 times n cube divided by 64 minus a, this is answer. What about this? N cube divided by 4, no. N cube divided by 4, no, right, this is not answer. So the answer is D. Answer is D. Okay, so that is how you do this kind of question. Always you get, sometime, most of the time you will get this at least one question like this. You have to have this 1 or 3 or something like that. Right, 15. How many questions are there? 20? 25. Now we started doing this, I think somewhere 9:35. Now it's already 10:35. Now 1 hour is actually over. Okay, because we are doing discussion, but in the exam you have to fight with the time. Right, 15th one. So that is why I am asking you not to spend a lot of time doing these kind of things. Just keep moving. Okay, so then you can revisit. Of course, the 2 questions that I skipped, they are not taking a lot of time. They are very easy questions actually. 2 similar closed water tanks have their areas in the ratio 4 to 9. Then their capacities are in the ratio. Similar closed water tanks have their areas. Let's say this is a regular area, because they have not mentioned. You have to assume it's a regular area. Okay, whatever the area is regular. I don't mind what is the area, but it is everywhere. It is that regular shape is there. Okay, but let's not draw like that. Let's draw it in a very something like cylinder, because it's also regular. This is different one, regular one. Okay, their areas 4 to 9. If this is 4a, this is 9a. Right? 2 similar closed water tanks have their areas in the ratio 4 to 9. Then their capacities are in the ratio. Now again, this question has a missing thing. Can someone tell me what is the missing thing? Question එක කෑල්ලක් අඩුවෙන් දීලා තියෙන්නේ. Can someone tell me? බලමු.
They mention the height is similar.
Yes, so they have to mention that the height is the same. So they again the examiner has forgot that. So that is really bad thing to do anyway. දැන් ඉතින් ආයෙත් height එක සමාන එකට දාගෙන අත පිටින් වෙන මොනවා ගන්නද? So let's assume that the height is the same. So of course that should have been mentioned. That must have been mentioned by the examiner. Okay. Right, but anyway, let's now do that assumption and do. Okay, this is Sri Lanka. Right, so now if it is 4a, this is 9a. Now let's assume the height is the same. Then this volume is 4a into h. This volume is 9a into h. Then the capacities are also in the same ratio, right? So your capacity is also in the same ratio as your cross-section areas ratio. So therefore the answer must be 4 to 9. Right? Assuming that they have the same height, that they must have tall. Okay. So assuming they have
I think, sir, it's kind of mentioned, right? Two similar closed water tanks.
But similar means it's a very general term, right? Similar.
Yeah.
So right. So similar is maybe I can say that this is also similar in shape to this one. Right? So that is two general term. So they must have told that they have the same height. Right? Same height. Why don't you say it's the same height? Right. So therefore, I don't agree with that question. But anyway. We have to do that assumption because otherwise we can't do this, right? So the answer is A. Oh, not A. Why B? Volume, right? But again, why B? Area is 4 to 9. Capacities. If this is 4A and this is 9A, so the capacity is say H, 4A into H. This one's capacity is 9A into H. So the capacity is 4H into 9H. So then A to A, it must be 4 to 9. So I don't know why. Anyone has any idea why the examiner is saying that it is B, 8 to 27? Two similar closed water tanks have their areas. Maybe they are talking about something like cube or something. Maybe. Again, they should have mentioned. That is one possibility. But then again, I don't agree with the question anyway. Maybe වෙනපල එක possibility එකක් තමයි සමහර විට මේගොල්ලෝ කියනවා ඇත්තේ එහෙනම් කියන්න බෑ cube කියලා නේද? I think something missing in this question. I don't know what is the missing factor. Some information is missing in the question. So therefore, okay, if you have any argument or if you have any points, just you can mention it. But for the time being, let's forget about this. Okay, 15 is, I think, something missing in the question. Okay, I will just skip it. I think the question is, I won't say question, actually the question is wrong because something is missing for me, for sure. 16. Rupees X invested, compound interest. I thought compound interest they won't ask, but they have asked what? Compound interest question. So that is unfair thing, but anyway, so even I can't remember the compound interest formula. So the simple interest formula I can remember, I equal PTR divided by 100. Right? I equal PTR divided by 100. So that is simple interest. If it is compound interest, the formula is, anyway the formula is given in your note. ඔයගොල්ලන්ගේ FID note එක දැම්මනේ. FID note එකේ දිනා හරි. Right. So if it is per annum, this one, if it is not per annum, like by annum, you have to go for it. So this looks like per annum question. So therefore, accrued value, this is not the profit or the interest, this is accrued value, that is the interest plus principal after t times. Accrued value equal p times principal මුල් මුදල 1 plus interest rate divided by 100 into t. But if it is for per every 6 months or per quarter you are getting interest, then you have n. N must be then per quarterly means 4. Half and per every 6 months, then n is 2. Okay, but this one it looks like per annum. Per annum means per year. Yes, per annum. So rupees X invested that compound interest. Of course, if you know this formula, it's a piece of cake. Rupees X is invested, that is principal, the mul mudala. X is invested at compound interest of 10%. So that is R is 10%. For 3 years, T is 3 years. Yield can get now. The same amount when it is invested at simple interest of R for 4 years. So then we have to calculate simple interest also. So in simple interest it is R, the T is 4 years. Then the value of R to 2 significant figure is, right, 2 significant figure. So that is again time consuming question. Anyway, we will do it because we are now at the very end. Otherwise I will just skip it and go and come back later. Okay, because I don't want to do this kind of questions up front. Now it's of course not up front, but anyway I will do it only as after attempting all the questions. Okay, but anyway let's do it. Here interest is PTR divided by 100. Okay, let's take it as P. Simple interest for 4 years, 4 R PTR divided by 100, that is the interest. They say this interest is same amount, right, when invested at simple interest R for 4 years at the interest rate of R and of course the principal. Okay, right. So now this one, okay, now they say X is invested, so therefore let's take this as X, right, rather than P, because they say X is invested, so the principal is X. That is if you go for the simple interest, right, the interest is X into 4 into R divided by 100. Then if you go for the compound interest approach, now this is interest, it's very important, this is interest, right, this is interest, but this is not interest, this is accrued value, right. Anyway, let's calculate the accrued value. Accrued value is P is X, right, X is invested, X 1 plus R is 10% divided by 100 for 3 years to the power 3, right. Then this value is X times 1 plus 0.1, right, 1 plus 0.1, its third power. So that is accrued value is 1.1 to the power 3. 1.1 to the power 3. What is 1.1 to the power 3? Again you have to multiply this by 1.1. කියලා ගමුනේ. That is 0 1 2 1 1 2 1 නේ. 0 1 3 3 1 1 2 3 4 1.331 නේ. 1.331, that is 1.331. That is the accrued value. Okay, accrued value. Then the profit is the same. Okay, yield the same amount means profit. So that means your profit is 1.331 minus x. Okay, 1 point, because there is accrued value. So therefore 1.331, I hope I did it properly. I'm put a cal again double check in the exam you don't have the cal. 1.1 to the power 3. So therefore the interest is a minus 1.331. Value of r. Value of r they ask, right? So that means x minus, because this is the accrued value value minus x is the interest. Sorry, 1.331 x. So 1.331 x minus x is the interest here, which is same as this one. That is 4xr divided by 100. Now this x get cancelled. If I take x out, 1.331 minus 1 is 0.331x equal 4 times r times x divided by 100. So x to x get cancelled. My r is 33.1 divided by 4. So that is 33.1 divided by 4 is 2.77. So they ask for two significant figures. Two significant figure means 8.28. But there is no such answer. Two significant figures. Two significant figures. Significant figures can decimal points නෙමෙයිද? මෙච්චරද?
No, it's not decimal, sir.
Yeah, it's two significant figures, right? So therefore it must be 8.3, right? Because two significant figures, these are the figures. Therefore this is 7, therefore we have to take it as 8.3, because it is not two decimal points, it's two significant figures. So therefore we'll take it as 8.3. Okay, so let's double check the answer first. 60. 16 answer is C. C is correct, right? 8.3, right? So it's quite a bit of calculation you have to do. So I first calculate the simple interest one using the normal equation, then calculate the compound interest, but this is accrued value, so therefore I have to equate the interest. So therefore I just calculate the accrued value, and again that value minus x, right? That value minus x, that value minus x I equate to this one, then of course the x get cancel out, then I managed to get the r. And of course they say it is to two significant figures, so therefore though why we get it as 8.277, we have to take it as 8.3. okay, right? So that means you have to remember that formula for compound interest as well. Okay, any other questions?
And sir, the earlier one is taken as a cube. So you are getting that answer when you take as a cube.
Yeah, I thought that is I thought, right? Maybe cube. So then they should have mentioned it, right? So how do you know that all the tanks are cubic shape? Yeah, so if it is cube, yes, maybe. That is what I told. So let's do it now again with cube. Then Okay, so that means the examiner has forgotten to mention that. Two similar closed water tanks. So if it is cube, and this one is 9, bigger one. If it is a cube, this is simple A, simple A, simple A, and this is simple B, simple B, simple B. Okay. So then A squared to B squared is 4 to 9. Right. A squared divided by B squared is 4 divided by 9. Right. If it is a cube, but they have to mention it. Now this is with that information I am doing. Then the capacities are in the ratio. Capacity is what? A cube to B cube. A cube to B cube. But what we know is A squared divided by B squared is what? So therefore A cube into B cube is A squared divided by B squared into A into B. Now A squared divided by B squared is 4 divided by 9. Right, so this is 4 divided by 9. Then A divided by B is square root 2 divided by 3. So therefore A cube divided by B cube is 8 divided by 27. Is the answer B? 15. Yes, answer B. Yes. So that means they have forgotten to mention it as cube. But if it is a cube, this is an interesting question because you need a little bit of thinking to do that, right? Yes. So then A cube divided by B cube is what we need. But we know the A squared divided by B squared. And then we know the A divided by B also. Then we can calculate 4 divided by 9 into 2 divided by 3. So they should have mentioned it. Okay. 15. So that means 15 is done. Cube. Right. So this is sequence and series question, sequence and series question, sequence and series question. This is not a sequence and series question. We'll do, yeah. So we are not going to do the sequence and series questions. 20, because sequence and series and other things we will be discussing next time. Okay, let's do the 20th one. 36x to the power 4 and that's power of 2 divided by this is this, then the triad ABC is equal to, right? ABC values they are asking, right? Okay, so let's do 2 3x. so I want to take something like here also 2 into 3 into x, then I can equate. Okay, so let's do it. This is 36 to the power 2 x to the power 8 divided by 8 x to the power 2 3 times x. Okay, so I will write it like 36 into 36 into x to the power, this is x to the power 2 and next x to the power 3. Therefore here I have only x to the power 5, right? So x to the power 5 and divided by 8 into 3. Okay, so I need 2 to the power, 3 to the power, x to the power. Okay, x to the power already I have, but I need 2 to the power and 3 to the power. Okay, so I would say 8 1. No, I need 2 to the power and 3 to the power. 3 is already there, but this one is 4. Yeah, 4 to 4. If I divide by 4, there are 2 4s, 9. Then this one 2 and 1 and 8. Then 3 3. Then what I get is 3 into 18 into 5. Okay, 3 into 18 into x to the power 5. X to the power 5 is okay now, but I need 2 and 3 here. 3 is there, but I want to make this one also 2 and 3. 3 into 18, I can write 9 into 2 into x to the power 5. Now I am done. 9 is 3 to the power 2. 3 to the power 2 into 3 is 3 to the power 3. And this is 2 to the power 1. And this is x to the power 5. And it says it is equal to 2 to the power a to 3 to the power b, c, x to the power c. Therefore, a must be 1, b must be 3, c must be 5. So the triad is 1, 3, 5. Right, so I got, so the answer is 20. So that is so those are not that difficult if you know the concepts in maths. Okay, 20. Yes, answer is D. Right, 21. I am not giving a lot of time for you to write it down because the video is available. You can anytime go through the video or download the video and make a notes if you really need. Okay, right, so solution to the equation this. Okay, so that is easy. I want to get rid of log because by definition I know that a to the power a equal b to the power c. I can write it as log ba equals c, and if I have this one I can write like this as well. So therefore I want to get rid of log. That is 2 minus 3x equal 5 to the power 3. Okay, 5 to the power 3. That now it's very easy. Now it's very easy. That means 2 minus 3x equal 5 to the power 3 is 5 to the power 2 is 25. 25 into 5, 125. So that is 3x is, I am taking this and this guy here. 3x is 2 minus 125 minus 123. Okay, that is 3x. එහෙම උත්තර නෑ මේ. වැරද්දද? 2 minus 3x is 5 to the power 3. X equal 125 minus 2. So 2 minus 125 minus 123, then x is minus 123 divided by 3, but there is no such answer. Yes, you can divide it, right? Yes, that is 4 minus 41, right? Minus 41, right? So answer is there because this is divisible by 3. 21 answer is D. That is not a difficult one. Answer is D. 22. Okay, now it's past 11. Okay, we'll do the other questions next time. Okay, next time together with the revision on other two topics, modular arithmetic. Those who are new to the modular arithmetic, I will give a little bit longer revision, and also we'll do the 2019 paper. Okay, we'll stop at this point because now it's past 11 also. Okay, we'll stop at this point, right? Thank you.